Just fine.
Thank you.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to restart the show because those first 3 minutes are not worth me re-recording a 2-hour episode in full HD. Minerva Podcast episode 40. Yeah, we're on Twitch because YouTube switched over their live streaming shit. And it's not like a cosmetic change that just looks different. They moved everything. And I know I am against the grain on this one. I use dark mode everywhere. But for whatever reason, YouTube is white. YouTube is light mode for me always. Yeah. I don't want it. I don't want it. And
I
above
have the same thing.
above all of the changes, the new YouTube live stream is dark mode on top of everything. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
We're doing Twitch for everything else anyway. There's no reason to keep doing the show on YouTube.
You could upload it later to YouTube, like
Absolutely.
you said.
Absolutely can. And
my
will.
Twitch
and will.
light mode right now is providing my backlight for me, so it's working.
That's
out.
where we differ. I use dark mode everywhere, but like, well, I guess not everywhere, because like Twitter for me, I don't use it enough.
If I had light mode on Twitch, I would literally go blind.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been dark mode on Twitch default, so like I've never. They added light mode later, and I was like, oh dear, why? Why are we doing this now? Yes, and Trishelle gifted you a sub. That was very sweet of him. And unnecessary. Anyway, how is everybody's week? Let's start with Reece, our guest today. How are you doing?
I've been alright. Been busy, working,
Yeah.
as usual.
What are you doing now?
What, for work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking special needs kids to school.
Nice. I know you were lining that one up for a while, getting training.
Very admirable job.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm sure they appreciate it, having somebody that actually cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mother did something like that. She worked at this like equestrian center for special needs kids and such, and it was pretty fun working with her on that, and sometimes volunteering and such. But, yeah.
Speaking of children in school, nobody reminded me that it was fucking Labor Day and there was no school. And so I got up and because my kid's in virtual school, I got up and got ready and got him in the Google Meet classroom. And then no one was in there. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, so class is supposed to start at 8:30. At 8:31, it dawned on me, and I was like, "Son of a bitch!" I had everything set up, because with the virtual school stuff, they do all the talking, but all the setup obviously is me because he's at home. So I had paper and his markers and his pencils set up at my desk, and then I have to adjust my camera for him and adjust my mic. I could have slept in.
Oh, God.
That reminds me of those Saturdays in school when you'd wake up like it's a school day, get ready. Has anybody gotten really far before realizing?
Yeah.
I'm seeing a look on Choo-Choo's face. You got something to say about that?
So, because for me, I always
school?
had a 0 period. I all through high school I had a 0 period. This meant that school started at 6:40 a.m., which mean I would get up at 5 in the morning or 5:45 in the morning. And as someone who normally went to bed between midnight and 2 in the morning, you may imagine correctly that this didn't do great things for my sleep schedule. So I'd occasionally I'd just wake up and I'd be like, oh, here we go again. And then I get out straight up out the door. And you open your phone and it's just, what do you mean it's Saturday the 24th? What do you mean?
No,
all the way to the
this
school.
can't be. Tap on it.
I've got one.
Do you?
Yeah. So I was in college my freshman year and such, and so we're in I was in this program called ROTC, and it's where we go and do morning workout things, and it sucks. And yeah, I'm not in that anymore. My hair is very long, and that wouldn't work. But yeah, so I in the morning we do workouts at 5 o'clock in the morning and such, and so I was in my dorm and I just woke up out of the blue, didn't hear my alarm go off, but that didn't concern me. So I just woke up and I woke up my girlfriend at the time, and we went. And I woke her up, told her to get dressed and get ready and stuff, and I got dressed and get ready and stuff, and then we both drove out to the we drove out to the field that we worked out. That was like about half a mile away or so, and then I looked at the clock in my car and saw that it was 1:30 in the morning. And it was not 5 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it was bad times for.
So it wasn't the wrong day. You were just out there early.
Yeah, I was out there so early.
I had.
So yeah.
I made it all the way to the school.
Yeah.
On a holiday, made it all the way there.
Wow.
Bicycle, and like got there, walked up, looking around, like where is everybody? Grabbed the door, locked the door, and was like, "What's today?" And we went down to the gas station down the street.
Cell
found out
phones
from the
to
guy
just
at the
I
gas
was thinking
station.
the whole time. I'm like, this is before cell phones, isn't it? He can't just pull out and check.
Yeah.
I went down to the gas station and asked the guy. I was like, "What's the day?" And he was like, "Oh, it's a holiday." Okay.
We had the opposite happen a lot, being Minnesota. There were quite a few morning snow days were the best because you always found out after you woke
I
up.
love snow
So I'd
days.
wake
Yeah.
up, ornery, groany. Every day was a struggle. My parents
Yeah.
went through a lot with me. Not a unique story, but I was certainly one of those cases. And well, you'd find out. No, just go back to bed. I'm like, stop it. This isn't funny. No, it's a snow day, and I'm like, looking out the window. Oh shit! I'm too excited to go to bed. And sometimes I'd stay up a little bit more, just be like, oh, I could finally rest. This is great.
Yeah.
Curl my toes. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I've seen quite a few posts about how Corona's ruined snow days because now everyone has
Oh,
systems in
no.
place for virtual learning.
Oh,
So snow days are
That's
just
so
gonna be
sad.
virtual learning
Oh
days.
my gosh.
Mm,
That's
Well-
so sad.
you get a
that means
lot
you
of.
don't, well, that does mean you don't have a bunch of makeup days at the end of your
Yeah.
year or whatever. So
That's true.
Right.
your summer will be your summer.
And
And virtual school days are already shorter than a normal school day. So
My
it's
next
you're
point,
still
exactly.
getting a little bit of a break.
not to mention,
Yeah.
even in class, you're still at home. So like, you still have all
Yeah,
of the.
it's not like the worst thing.
Yeah, the
gotta
I
comfort.
have all these
snacks from
like
the fridge.
I think it's hilarious. My kid's school's not doing it, thank God, because I would like. But some virtual schools are trying to enforce like the like dress codes and like you can't eat during class. What are you gonna do? Put me in detention? I'm gonna fucking sit here and eat my muffin while you teach.
The dress code is really tough because that's meant to be like appearances, right? Well, when we're all
Right.
in a virtual classroom, only
Yeah.
around our peers. Appearance for who? Who are we dressing up for? Who are we looking good for?
You try to
You
enforce a
fuckers are
dress
lucky
code.
I'm wearing
just gonna
pants
turn
right
off-
now.
Yeah.
Right, you try
We
to
don't even know
enforce
if
a
he
dress
is.
code. I'm just turning off the camera. Like
The justification for a dress code like is normally along the lines of, well, like, we don't want anyone to be too exposed. Okay. And then the other one is, well, we don't want anyone to get bullied for what they're wearing. I mean, what are you gonna do? Have recess and then have like a virtual recess where everyone's hanging out together? It's there's no reason for it.
They actually do that.
Really?
I
Okay.
just imagine forcing them into
Well-
like a Minecraft role or something, and then I
They
just heard
do,
the
they-
sound effect of getting
That'd be
hit.
so cool.
It's like the teacher like steps away or she's
Yeah.
there and just like chilling and lets the kids be
Huh.
crazy.
I was in school
That
with no
sounds
AC
like
and had a great day
hell,
because the classroom's
honestly.
over 100 degrees.
Heat day is what they meant to say. Heat day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna comment on the fact that in Minnesota I didn't know this was a thing, cold days before, where I'm sure I talked about it on the show before, where like it was so cold that they said if like it was too cold because kids waiting at the bus stop would have frostbite by the time the buses got there. Like if you were out with exposed skin for longer than 10 minutes, it was a high chance of frostbite. So they canceled school. It was literally too cold for the transport. I was like, fuck yeah.
We had a couple of those when I lived up in Michigan.
I was like, it's not even snowing. What do you mean school's canceled? Oh.
You're not convincing me that coming to stay with you is a good idea. You get that right.
Sig, this is not a surprise to you that Minnesota is
No,
cold.
I know.
I told you I'd give you a coat. I don't have a coat.
Yeah.
He'll buy a coat for 6.
I will
There's,
buy
like,
a
coats
coat.
for sale in places.
I'll get
in
you a Minerva
snowy
hoodie.
places.
No, it was
You're
kind of
gonna
funny.
need like
I was
6.
I was in here the other day packing some stuff, and my mom is like, "You got like 5 pair of shorts there. You're going to Minnesota." And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "It snows there, right?" And I was like, I don't plan on going outside a lot, right? Like,
That's my
Hey,
same thing.
I will tell you what you need to get though, Sig, is some like snow pants or like some sort of overalls and stuff, and some
Thermal
like
underwear?
snow boots. Well, yes, also that, but like snow boots and like snow
I was gonna say,
overalls, because
when I
those
went to-
are amazing for that.
yeah.
I don't wear real pants like jeans like ever. I hate
Mhm.
wearing jeans.
Yeah.
My body is not the right shape for jeans. They are very uncomfortable. I wear short skirts and leggings, like.
Yeah.
And so I went to college in Kansas, and I don't know if you guys know this, but Kansas gets a fuck ton of snow.
Yeah.
And so when it started snowing, I had to have one of my friends take me to the mall, and I got snow pants to put on like over my leggings every day. And I had to get a parka and snow boots. And everyone like from Kansas was looking at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, I am from California. I'm literally going to die if I'm not wearing all this gear.
Isn't Kansas where like most astronauts from the United States come from?
That wouldn't surprise me, because if I grew up in Kansas, I also would want to get the fuck off this
I mean,
planet.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I seem to remember some meme that is like, "What's so bad about Kansas that makes people want to leave the fucking planet?"
Like, let's get as far away from Kansas as possible.
Goodness.
Oh my god.
I remember that being a meme. I thought it was hilarious. It's like, wow, how bad is that state that people just want to leave the fucking planet? Like,
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I
Barry
like that one Russian variant. It's like Yuri Gagarin didn't smoke, didn't drink, trained his entire life just to spend 88 minutes outside the USSR.
Is that how much space time he got?
yeah,
It's a dangerous
he just
88
went into
minutes.
the stratosphere. Wasn't that what it was? He just went up into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, well, Barry from Mexico, mind you, was like, "What? What the fuck? Frostbite is freezing blood." Yeah. It's like we only wear jackets and done. Cold is no more. How cold does it get in Mexico? 50, 60?
It's, I mean, yeah, like southern Mexico is not like snowy ever, but sometimes every now and then you get a snowy day. Although it hasn't been the case in the last 10 years or so. So, yeah.
Reece, how bad does it get where you are? Does it snow there and stuff? Like, is it temperate?
No, it's always probably raining or cold, or it's just mild, like
That's
weather.
pretty typical for Britain.
Yeah.
You guys are making me envious to all hell, because the past 2 days it's been like 100 degrees with like 45% humidity, and
It's been like down here. It's been like 24, 25.
I don't want to
It's
hear
not been
about your
that bad.
40% humidity. I
Whatever.
live on the East Coast, and like, let me check right
yeah,
now.
okay,
If
it's
anything
80. It says
than 80.
86. It says 86 with 49%
like a sauna.
humidity right now.
Isn't it?
Yes, Rosa. Tell us about your humidity.
You're just as bad. I know.
Yeah,
Right there
it
with
was
you
a
in it, baby.
competition. My
East
bad.
Texas
I
is
meant
pretty-
ours.
No,
Our
I know.
humidity. It's nice out today. It's a nice 84, which is the coolest it's been in forever.
No, yeah,
Mhm.
And we have 57% humidity.
yeah.
But tomorrow,
good day.
actually, for the rest of the week, and by week I mean like week and a half, because that's how long the weather is forecasted for. It's thunderstorms and rain. So I get tomorrow humidity will be anywhere from 80 to like 100%.
I'm excited for
Yeah.
winter actually because there's a little bit more going on out there now, and that'll be cool. I don't know. I've never
Yeah,
seen a
there've
forest
been
covered in
some-
snow or a frozen
There've
river.
been some days when
so that should be neat.
around here when the humidity was so high, I was pretty sure I could swim across the yard. You know,
You
through
sit
the air.
outside and you're drenched. And
Yeah.
you're like, it's a little bit sweat, but you're like, I didn't know that air could have this much water
It's
in it.
like pea
And
soup.
still be air.
It's gross.
Yeah, and it'd still be like I didn't know that water could be suspended in air like this.
I got back
Texas
from
is
10
just
hours.
coming off of 100-day, like 100-degree temperatures for like a month or so.
I got back from 10 hours of Pokemon Go. A little bit of rain, a little bit of shine, lots of humidity. And I come home drenched. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, most of this isn't mine. It's just, this is not even
It's
my
just
sweat.
moisture from the
no,
air.
it is. It's
And
so gross.
I'll tell you, after a day of that, I was down for anything. I mean, I was rained on, sunned on. We had a sunburn and wet bodies from the rain. That all happened at the same time because, fucking weather. It was cloudy, rainy, but, UV gets through clouds, so we just got everything. And it was humid because why not? Hot day.
So circling back
I welcomed
to
the
snow,
rain.
right? Circling back to the snow, when we were moving here from California, as soon as I knew we were moving here, there was an outlet mall near where we lived in California, and there was a Disney store there. And one time when I went there, they had these big Spider-Man snow jackets for toddlers. And it being California, in Southern California, they were hella on clearance. This was a $50 toddler jacket, and it was on clearance for $7. And I was like, I'm gonna get that because it snows on the East Coast. And my husband was like, that's a waste of money. I came home with it. He was not with me when I was shopping. And he was like, that's a waste of money, blah, blah, blah. I'll be damned if when we got here, there was a 3-week-long snowstorm. And I was like, waste of money, huh? Huh?
I haven't seen actual real snow since 1989.
We're going to change that.
Wow.
like real snow. It snowed here, but it never stuck or anything.
I have
It's
cousins
been
in
such a
California
tiny amount.
who had the first
before
snowstorm of
I
their
was born.
life at 12 or 13, and they sent us pictures of their little 8-foot snowmen that they were making. We were like, "That's cute," and we sent a man-sized snowman out in the lawn.
Snow is my one positive memory with my biological father. He used to take us to Reno every year to play in the snow, seeing how we're city kids from California. No snow.
I did do that one. I did do that when it snowed just enough to scrape it together. Was make a little tiny snowman that was only about this tall on my porch railing.
They were so excited because in California, the only snow you get is what Barry mentioned, which is up in mountains.
Well, I could have gotten more snow by scraping the sides of my chest freezer in the house.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly.
That's fake snow. You're cheating. That's not.
I'm just saying I could have. Anouk brought it up earlier. Asked if I was tired because it said I looked awfully tired. I've had a pretty rough week. I lost a couple family members this past week, just so everybody has an idea of what's going on. And I'm doing the best I can to get through it and leaning on the help of my friends and everybody in the Minerva community that knows about what's going on has been super supportive and super there for me. And I appreciate all of you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If I haven't
we
been
love
well,
you, Sig.
I look like shit. That
Stop it,
explains
guys.
that.
Hear me out.
You don't.
We do.
Chat is so rude all the time. Remember when I had a headache and they're like, why does Rosa look so angry? Who pissed off Rosa? The
one guy.
whole time.
Oh, no, I know. Well, no, I know Anouk didn't mean it that way.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I like Torek's
I'm
comment of when you said 1998 and he's like AD. Does specify?
It was 89, Torek, not 98. You missed it by 11 years. Or 9 years.
That
By the
wasn't the only time.
Trips me up all the time.
Same
All the Minerva
difference.
hearts. You guys
Yeah.
are too nice.
Yeah, guys, I'm not trying to bring the mood down or anything. I've been doing everything I can to have, a happy day, have a good day as much as I can. So, I was excited about the podcast, and I'm glad to be here with you guys. Thank you for, keeping things going and being here for me.
Yeah.
I think my son stole my hydrocortisone cream. I was actually outside yesterday and I am covered in mosquito bites.
I mean, that
I
stuff
have
does look
bites
a
on
lot
my
like
ass.
sour cream.
Does anybody have any tricks for mosquito bites? Because I kind of just ignore them and I forget that they're there until it passes.
I eat enough
probably.
garlic that the mosquitoes don't bite me.
Because I don't know if that's a real trick or if it's just me.
The real tricks here is to have someone else in your family who they like more than you.
That's the other thing. Yeah, don't be
My
as tasty as
sister
someone
is
else.
a magnet. She and I cannot go on a Pokemon walk. If I am with her on a Pokemon walk, I will not get bit. Like, she just gets chewed up. I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just a thing. Like, because in Minnesota, we have skeeters just everywhere. I don't know. I bet they're everywhere anyway. But, like, I mean, every night, no matter where you are, skeeters are going to be all over. I mean...
Up in Michigan and Minnesota, they get bad.
Hylian said Windex? What is this, my big fat Greek wedding?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. My thing for, because I get eat up. I am the family member that the mosquitoes like to munch on. My thing is I put hydrocortisone cream on it, and then if the itching is really driving me crazy, even after the cream, is I freeze it. Like, get an ice pack and I hold it there until it is frozen and it doesn't itch anymore.
My mom's got
It's basically swelling from an allergic reaction that you have to the mosquitoes little thing that they inject in you. And I mean, some people aren't allergic to mosquito bites, which is awesome, but I mean, you also could get bit and not know that you suddenly have Zika or something like that.
I think she uses Melagel or something like that. Is that what is that what it is? Where it helps against mosquito bites? Melagel? I think something.
I've heard of that.
It's kind of a catch-all for burns and cuts. It works great for mosquito bites. Anytime like I can't ignore it and it's real bad, that cream, that gel just does great.
The best way I've found to like prevent mosquito bites from happening is putting bleach in every little sitting pool of water that is around your area. And I've got like big swamp coolers at work, so I just dump a bunch of bleach in there, and that stops them from spawning in there. But I mean, if you live in a place called a land of 1,000 lakes, then you can't really do that.
Covering the spawn of a Minecraft world with lava.
Oh, I know. I mean, that's what it's called.
Rochelle, you have to be careful recommending that. You have to be careful recommending that. You have to think about people who have pets and everything, and their dog might walk up and drink that water.
That's the other thing.
Yeah,
don't like put bleach in.
Be aware of other animals around you and everything. But if there's no chance of an animal drinking that water, then putting bleach into it to stop the spawning is definitely a good move.
Just going out to the river in the backyard and pouring bleach.
For like 55 gallons is good.
Spawn trap.
What are you boys doing that there's so many types of jock itch cream? Because I'm trying to just look up normal hydrocortisone cream so I could go pick it up at Target after this. There's like 3 types of like normal itch cream, and then there's like 20 types of jock itch cream.
It's a market to jump in on right there. Are you guys like
sharing cups? Like, what is going on?
I have no idea.
Gym mats, maybe. I don't know.
This is a widely explored topic. Have you heard of sports, Rosa? I can Google it for you.
Okay. Jock? You guys like playing? Are you sword fighting in the locker room?
No,
depends on how good the game was.
Doing that, we'd all need the same cream.
Because like athlete's foot, I understand, but jock itch.
Ben's like sometimes her balls is,
it doesn't work the same. Because athlete's foot, you're stepping in the same places. Where are you guys rubbing your balls in the same places? Are you sharing a towel? Are you?
Maybe.
That's what I'm asking.
It's too intense of a game of slap ass.
There's literally so many jock. I just want bug it. Like,
yeah. Look up like mosquito.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Something related to that to get you off of that type of SEO.
Bug itch. Ooh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The nice thing about mosquitoes though is in the wintertime they're not around as much. They sort of fuck off for a while.
Yeah.
It's too cold for them.
Like I said, I'm not really ever worried about mosquitoes and everything. They don't really ever bother me.
No.
So
must be nice. Must be nice.
Awful. It is awfully nice.
I literally have a mosquito bite on my ass. Must be nice.
Now, okay, mind you, my father is a very large man. He probably weighed in at 340 pounds at one point in time. He's a big guy.
Okay.
And he was out in my yard here, riding around on the riding lawnmower, cutting the grass. And I looked out and I saw him in this like blue shirt, like a light blue, kind of a sky blue shirt. And I look out and I see the back of him, and his entire back is just black. And I was like,
Oh my god, no.
I was looking at him from kind of far away. I was like, is that like just like sweat stain? What is that? And I walked out there. His back is literally a field of mosquitoes.
That's
I'm amazed that he
throw
walked
up.
away without
I'm gonna
losing
throw up.
enough blood to pass out.
God, that's
so
gonna
much
throw
Zika
up.
virus.
Yeah.
I literally feel like I'm gonna throw up thinking of that because
Apparently.
I would be in the hospital.
Apparently,
Rochelle,
he's
how
one
was
of
your
those
week?
people that is
My
tasty
week was
to
good. I
mosquitoes.
worked on a couple of projects that are
yeah,
completely
how was
unrelated to
Rochelle's week?
mosquitoes. I built a couple of things, and I also hung up a bunch of decorations for Halloween that has nothing to do with mosquitoes. And then as well, we also went.
That was
to-
the
yeah, my
most
wife went to the
aggressive
store.
topic swap we've
yeah.
ever done.
Her going to the store had nothing
rough
to do with
ones,
mosquitoes.
but that
I
takes the
posted a
cake.
bunch of pictures that have nothing to do with mosquitoes either.
Show us what you made. What'd you work on?
I worked on a little holder for my bottle of glue, of
That's
which
so cute.
mosquitoes can't live in.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really
then-
cool.
I also worked on my lathe. I haven't welded the parts,
Amazing.
which would be too hot for a mosquito to land on, mind you.
God.
Then I drilled this 10-inch cast iron. Yeah, no, this is a 13-inch cast iron bar, which was using coolant that mosquitoes can't live in.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
important to know, actually. Let me send this picture because it's cool.
What happened to your unicorn horn there, Rochelle?
What do you mean? It's off to the side now. It is slightly flipped over.
He's an alley cat that got in a fight. All right, he's just
Yeah.
got one ear.
Looks like
Yeah.
a unicorn that was
You're just-
too hip.
You just signed off on that one that's missing, huh? You're just like, yep, that one's gone.
Look, it's under my desk somewhere, and I haven't bothered to like
That's what
reach
I'm
down to
saying.
look for
It's
it.
been a month.
It's been
Yeah, just
like
wrote that bitch off.
extremely
It's
long,
gone.
and it's
I
too
dropped-
difficult to bother to find it. I don't know. It's
I did
just-
that thing where I opened the matchbox upside down and a bunch fell out. And I just saw one that was just barely in an uncomfortable spot under my desk. It was there for days. I was like, I know where it is. I'll grab it.
If I ever need it.
I ended up moving it when we moved the whole desk to the new house. I was like, aha. Grab it now.
Oh, wow.
Now that the desk is out of the way.
Also,
That is a big piece of metal.
that weighs 1,700 pounds, and I was holding on to it with 5-inch chuck jaws, and it was spinning at like 97 RPMs, and it was like vibrating the whole machine so much that it worked loose some of the wiring, and I had to like rewire some of it, so that was a bad time. But also, it has nothing to do with mosquitoes.
You're really working this
you.
one, aren't you?
Thank you.
A
Yeah.
man and his lathe. The cutest.
Yeah, it was a fun time. So yeah,
I don't know much about, I don't know, handyman stuff. Is a lathe like just the most important tool? Like, is it just...
lathes
It's not-
like the thing that I just showed you are what built our modern civilization and modern world.
It's not the most important tool, but it's in the top probably 5.
Yeah.
So without lathes and the concepts of screws or anything like that, we couldn't
Lathes
have
spin
built...
while you chip away at stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. But those were actually what built like textile machines, which built clothing, which allowed for
Right.
our output of like production to
Everything.
increase exponentially. And with fewer people having to like manually weave fabric, having to manually drive plows and such, and using like technology and smooth cylinders, we were able to kind of exponentially increase our capacity to do things and make money and increase our worth. So
You ever wanted to be
there,
a teacher?
yeah, no, but it's fun.
It's funny though that you talk about the lathe providing for clothing manufacturing and everything, because
Yeah.
the loom is one of the earliest machines that is in the top 5 also, because providing textiles to be able to provide clothes so that the human race can spread further out into colder climates and things like that, and explore further out and do more things. It's it increased the importance.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
and there was a French engineer named Vucasant that was the first one that really like shut up. Yeah, he's the first guy that like did all that stuff and made a bunch of
People
things
were
that-
just talking about how I just know a bunch of random shit.
Yeah.
This is his area. I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Conversations. They're my favorite.
Well, because when you were talking about moving, one of the very first things you brought up was, I could have room for my lathe. I'm like, is that just the top priority?
To him? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had to ask.
Yeah. And I mean,
think
I could have like a nice little machine shed where I've got like a bunch of different like setups for making varieties of things. I could have an array of little 3D printers that I could bring around places, all sorts of stuff, and just do all sorts of little manufacturing.
There's gonna be around the clock hum coming out of that room.
Yeah.
Rosa,
Yes.
did I send you that? Did I send you the TikTok of the little mushroom people?
I don't know. I
Little
don't
mushroom people.
I was looking at TikTok earlier today, and I came across some video.
Oh,
of
if
this
it was
girl
today, I
on-
don't think so.
on Etsy that makes these little tiny mushroom people,
That's
and they're
cute.
the
Oh no,
cutest
you
damn thing
did. I
ever.
just haven't checked.
And I think if I found one on the internet for Thingiverse or whatever, Chriselle, I might have to see if I can get you to print one out for me.
Okay, I'm gonna link this one, and then I'm also gonna find some mushroom people ones.
Because they are adorable, and this girl makes them on Etsy out of clay.
Was I meant to be banned TikTok? Meant to be banned?
They talked about banning TikTok in the United States, and then apparently a bunch of stuff changed, and it just didn't happen.
No, they didn't
Yeah.
talk about it. No, Trump said he would do it.
talked about it.
Yeah, that's
Made it-
talking about it.
Pretty well. I know it was more talking. He sounded pretty serious. Like it wasn't a discussion.
From what I understand, he was very angry because there were a lot of people on the platform making fun of him.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Well,
not
he'd
taking
have
the
to get rid of
Chinese route,
every
are we?
platform ever. So
Yeah, I doubt that that's the reason that he
Yeah.
would.
His little Feewees got hurt.
Oh, he feels good.
Trump live tweets his consciousness onto Twitter. Like, is he
there's
afraid of people
nothing
making
there.
fun of him?
it's like, if you're gonna say exactly what you think, people are gonna
Yeah.
let you know what they think about it.
Saying the quiet parts out loud too.
It's banned in your work and for your family members. Jeez, Ro.
Why?
Oh, no.
There's so much funny shit on TikTok. I don't
'Cause
even
Ro-
care.
That would be military, right? Why would they ban? I don't understand. Well,
Eh,
oh, maybe because TikTok's a Chinese-owned
Data
company,
collection.
and yeah,
but yeah.
I think, yeah, they might screen the
mean,
kind of apps that can be on
there's-
his phone.
Also been stuff like that where they've
Yeah.
like banned certain apps that track your running. So if you're at some sort of like military base where discretion is advised, they don't
Mhm.
want you
Text messages.
tracking where all of their roads are.
Yeah.
So
So that's
another
scraping at that story, right? Where there was a fitness app and they posted a public map of where everybody was running. And then
Yeah.
there were these weird circles in the middle of like desolate landscapes where nobody lived. And then military bases were being located based on this app.
yeah, that's why it's like a yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a security issue.
And then Rollo says because TikTok can read
Bit.
texts. Yeah, well, that would probably be bad for military and military family members to
What?
have on their phones. Yeah, that makes sense.
Boy,
to
they're
me.
not going to want to read my text messages.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Okay.
What? I hate text messages. So,
Yeah, me too.
Is
my,
that
my
one
group,
by
my,
toilet
my group
paper?
text and everything, all my
Yes.
text messages, it's boring as
I was
fuck.
expecting the total other end. Like they're not ready for my texts.
Oh, I know. That's
Yeah.
why I gave the comedic pause there.
Right, yeah, no, and then you flipped it on us. And it's very clever.
Because it's like the Jeremy Clarkson, like how do you do the phone? Pub? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
It's
it.
like
Ring pub? Yeah. Hang up. That's it.
It's a long conversation, yeah. Really
Right.
work
A
out the
buddy of
details.
mine, whenever I asked him, "Hey, what are you up to tonight?" He was like, "Lol." He just responded with that. And, like for the most like normal conversations, he's like, "Hey, what are you
Actually
doing?
asking a
Why don't we go
question.
to the movies." He's like, "Lol." And I found out like about a week later, he was talking about League of Legends. That's what he was doing tonight. Like that was the only thing that he was busy doing.
Why the fuck is he laughing at
You
me?
just thought he was being a dick
Yeah.
bag.
And then like that was back in 2011, so he just found out about Skyrim. So like after that, our conversations got a little bit less ambiguous, and it was Skyrim. That makes sense.
Well, it's amazing. It's good he didn't switch over to World of Warcraft.
Wow.
What are you doing tonight? LOL. Okay, not really a joke.
I've been playing WoW again. Don't at me.
I have.
What are you up to,
Because
Rosen?
because
Wow.
the Shadowlands comes out, and
Wow.
I'm gonna have fun with that. It's gonna be good, Rose.
I'll never forget asking Viral when we were playing Call of Duty one night. I'm like, what are you guys doing tonight? They're like, oh, we're playing with our cock. I'm like, what? Apparently, it was cool to abbreviate Clash of Clans, and I was like, you need to figure out a way to shorten that.
Certain things you just don't abbreviate.
And they were like, not kidding. They were playing cock. I'm like, you're what? And it just, that was the first and last time I ever heard that.
Doesn't everyone play with their cock with their friends?
Well, no.
Well,
I
if
mean,
it's a very special friend, I mean,
sometimes.
Well,
sure.
it depends on how good the game was
Depends
last
on
night.
how well you know your friend.
It's an important question right there. And good
Really
distinction to
depends.
make.
Really depends on if you're trying to rank up or not.
My God.
Depends on who's in command.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
What are the benefits? No.
So
How
So,
much is it going to
okay,
be worth?
Earlier in the
There are
Discord,
tiers of benefits?
earlier in the Discord, I saw a post from Clay, one of our members, and he was talking about, where is it? It had to do with the parts of a ship. If a ship existed long enough, I'm looking for it right now to find out what it was actually called. But if, say, like a pirate ship, like a wooden pirate ship, if it existed long enough in the world that every single part of it had been replaced at some point or another throughout its entire existence,
yeah,
was the ship you're looking at now still the original quote unquote ship? If over the course of, a century or whatever.
If it
the
was
ship
over the
itself
course.
is an
Yeah.
idea. And what you're describing as the ship is more of like the concept of it existing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for
What were
the
you saying,
actual
Rosa?
thing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
I was
interrupt you.
gonna say, if it wasn't replaced all at once, or like a huge portion of it all at once, like if you replaced all of the siding at once, or all of the mast at once, I'd say it was a different ship. But if it was like, oh, this plank needs replacing,
that's-
the wheel
yeah.
needs replacing, then yes, it's the same ship, because then it's still going to be various ages
Okay.
and whatnot.
Well, that's the thought experiment that's being posed, is if it was one piece at a time over the course of centuries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the thought process goes further. If you had replaced all those pieces over that time, and every piece that you took off because it was rotted or some such,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you saved it, and eventually you were able to bring them back from the rot that they were, bring them back to their original state, the actual pieces. You still have all of them.
That would be
If you put them-
modifying the original pieces.
If you put those original pieces back together, even if they'd been refurbished and brought back, they would still be the original ship, wouldn't they?
No,
So now
because
you
in
have
that
two of the
concept,
original ships?
you're taking parts and creating a new thing. Even if it all came from the original one, it doesn't come into reality until the original ship has already been there for centuries. And then
That's what I'm saying,
at
is
some
these are all
point,
parts
you make a
of the
second
original ship, though.
So it's Junior. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Ship of
baby ship.
pieces.
What is
But
that
I-
question
that
really
was,
asking?
That was the whole thing. Huh?
It was a kind of theory that
The
I mean, if
original ship? What's the point of that question? I don't understand.
your body over time replaces all of its cells. And
Yeah.
are you still you when you go to bed at night and when you wake up in the next morning?
Well, I mean, I was always in the understanding that all of your cells are regenerated over the course of like 7 years. So every 7 years, essentially, you're a different person altogether.
Pretty much.
I think it's actually for skin cells or something. It's actually like 120 days, but point stands.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's an
I
average.
think that was for the whole
thing. I
body.
mean,
It
certain
was like
cells
7
last
years.
longer.
Yeah.
when
Well, I
you're
always thought it
getting
was-
all into that same person's stuff, what about ladies with babies? Like, that's a whole different thing.
Well, the thing, this is an old thought experiment question that it has bored me in the past because it's kind of it sounds so
It has bored you?
complicated. Okay, but then it's like not anything. The same thing happens with computers. You know, you replace one component at a time, and my original PC was upgraded to what's sitting next to me. But I actually upgraded so far to the point where my original PC is actually out in the other room and perfectly functional. So
Right.
this is not an
So
upgraded
it's-
PC anymore. It's a whole new computer.
That's what they're asking though. Is
But-
as you went through it, did that still be considered your original
There's
PC?
a little bit of perspective there too, because I
I
think
don't think so.
I always considered the storage to be like the computer, because if you transfer it over and you got the same desktop, same program, same everything you put into that computer, it's
Yeah.
just different components, you know? And that's
Yeah.
like the human body. So long as your brain is retaining the memories that made you, you're still you. You just got a different body swapping its parts out.
So you're essentially talking about the soul,
The
or
essence.
you know,
Because
the
that's
essence of it.
like
Yeah.
the same ship. If you are recreating every single board to be in the shape and image of the original ship, yeah, it's the original ship. Fuck it. You know, like, what else
Yeah.
would it be? Who cares?
Well, that was the problem with that though, was if you got to that point that you had replaced everything, and then all the parts that you removed when you were replacing got put together into a
that-
ship again.
That is where we get
What's
into the
that one?
hypothetical.
I
'Cause
think
you
the
can't do that.
original itself, though, exists as more of an idea
Right.
rather than if all of its components were replaced and switched out with another one over the course of like 100 years or so, then the original ship is still just an idea, whereas all of its components aren't there anymore.
That's why I asked, who cares?
That's where
I
I kind of
agree with
stand with
Michelle.
it. It's all in the spirit of it. It's in the
Yeah,
who was sailing the ship more than anything. It was not about the
Yeah.
actual pieces and parts that made the ship what it was.
You
Makes
can
sense.
make that same argument for like the crew of a ship in a much
Yeah.
the similar fashion. I mean, over time in any ship, I mean the crew changes, but it's we
Yeah,
still
the
call
Dread
it the
Pirate
same ship.
Roberts was just a different guy every time.
Oh, when
Yeah.
you text
And I'm much of Chriselle's mind, and I think that you replace all the parts. The ship that is now made of the new parts is the original ship, and then if you were to reconstruct a ship out of the old refurbished parts, that would be a new ship in my eyes.
yeah,
Because you're creating something new at that part, even though those parts had at one point fit together. It's not the same. It's not really the same thing because,
That makes sense.
as you've said, there's some intangible thing that makes the ship the ship.
yeah,
To
Yeah.
say the essence of it.
yeah. What was I gonna
I'm
say?
with you on that. Yeah.
And as to why do we care, Beast? Because we find it interesting.
well, that's my point. Is like it doesn't. Why-
It doesn't really have much practical bearing
Well,
on the world, but it's a philosophical
I mean,
question.
eventually, when
thought-provoking.
humanity all switches over to an AI that just we're all on one giant, like Jupiter-sized supercomputer, then
Does it have
yeah,
background?
that's
Hey,
may
Matrix,
matter at some
calm
point.
down.
Why it got to be Jupiter sized?
Because that's about the size that you would need for
Because
it
boys
to
go to
compute the
Jupiter
size
to get
of-
more stupider.
It can't
I
be
mean,
Pluto
yeah,
sized.
okay.
But
Is that
also,
because Pluto's not a
uh,
planet to you? You Pluto hater.
Well, I mean, Pluto wouldn't be enough to like compute the entire goings on of the known universe. So, yeah, I watch a lot of
Anyways.
Isaac Arthur on YouTube, and it's fun.
You're killing me.
I'm sorry.
PBS
Love
Space
New
Time.
House, Beast.
Good show.
That's good. It's weird having moved because whenever we go back to the old house, it's like very strange how suddenly I just abandoned my home of 2 decades and then
Yeah,
now we're just in a new house.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an adult part of me that's trying to not care so much about that because there's no reason for all those emotions. Like I don't.
it's
Why would I
nostalgia,
be tied to this old place? It's not doing anything for me now.
Yeah, it's a place where you created memories, though.
Yeah.
Right.
I was faced with this exact thing yesterday because I was going to create a new Minecraft world on my realm, but I realized that I had three world spots on there, and all 3 of them were worlds from several years back that I couldn't just say goodbye to. It's like I'm never going to practically play on the world again, but
Yeah,
sentimental value. I guess I
Yeah.
can't just.
I've
Can't
been
just throw
playing
it.
on the same Minecraft world since 2013, and if I could
Hey,
go
dog,
back and like
with the
find
sub,
the
thank
old
you.
worlds that I had
Welcome.
from before that, then I would definitely find some way to port those bases over into that world. But the computer data was corrupted, and so I'll never have my 1.2.5 base back.
Oh.
And
Aw.
it's very
that
sad.
was when I started playing 1.2.5.
Yeah.
Me
yeah,
too.
I was watching Monkey Farm or whatever his name was, and
Yeah.
Sea Nanners. That's what got me in. And that one giant, what was it? This
You got this.
Star Trek ship, the USS Enterprise. There it is.
What
Yeah, the
version
one-
was it in 2012? Because
1.2.
That's
2011?
1.2.5.
1.1.2.5, summer of 2012. That's when I started.
Yeah.
I played on the Xbox, and then I was like, all right, boys, that's enough of this.
I remember I played it on fucking. I played the little
think
demo. It was
I
fun.
think I
Yeah.
started playing in 1.7.10.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember when that was though.
I'll never forget how excited I was to get it on PC,
2014,
though.
I think.
Because this was before servers. I was 100% solo, so I didn't play it much at all. But I
Yeah.
thought I'd have to go to the store to get the computer game disc. I'd never bought a computer game before. And then it was like lighting a
it
match.
was not before service. It was before online servers. You could do LAN
no.
parties.
Oh, there were
which
servers.
we did.
I was before servers. I didn't have any
Oh,
community.
you
I wasn't
were.
about to foot a
Gotcha.
bill. I didn't know anything about that. Yeah, no, servers were around
Because
for.
we used to take our computer. We had a Mac, so it was an all-in-one. We used to take our computer
Oh.
to our friend's house, and we would play Minecraft.
Together.
That's so fun.
Yeah, no, I was so
used to have
excited.
Age of Empires lands, and that was fun.
When I found out that you could install it, I was like, "What? I could just download it? No way!" Then
It
you
came
know,
off the internet.
I did the whole thing where I traded my mom a Target gift card and she bought the
Oh
game
my-
for me. Yeah.
Oh my god, that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
So then that was it. Got it installed, and just like that, I was in a taiga biome, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Again, I got like an hour or two of playtime on that world because being all alone was just a real. Because all my friends are on Xbox. I'm like, all right, well, I could sit here committing to the PC life, or I could just turn my Xbox back on, and that was.
This is the first laptop I played Minecraft on.
You are a hoarder, sir.
I am not. It's a good laptop. I'm gonna
No,
use
what
it for a
good?
server. Still works. Okay.
Reece, how long ago did you start playing Minecraft?
I think it's when it first started on the Xbox, when the beta first when it started.
That's
Like,
Beta on
started.
Xbox?
a start for a lot
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna have to head on out, guys.
No, or hour.
I know. Sorry, you got that.
You're
5
early.
person layout. I know it
I
happened.
demand 10 more minutes.
Sorry.
Well, your demands will not be met.
No, I'm sorry. Hey, bye everyone. Bye stream. So much, and I will see you next week.
He's gonna mess up our layout and he just leave his camera.
I know.
on.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's my time
Nobody
now.
move.
Apparently,
Apparently,
none of these
Rosa
names are
is
accurate at
Chriselle.
all, so fuck. All right, I'm gonna slip away then real quick.
I
Oh,
lost him.
okay.
Well, there he goes.
Oh yeah, because he's
The
just
whole
recording. He'll cut this section out and just put it back together and post.
Well, he's not just recording. We're on Twitch. But
Well,
yeah.
no, I know,
We're
but
on
I'm just
Twitch.
saying, like, you know, him leaving it all jacked up for a few minutes is not a big deal, really.
I'm Rosa now. Hi.
Hi.
Shit, choo
You
choo,
have
you
too
never
much
thought
hair.
you looked this good.
Too much hair.
Wow.
We're gonna get you some lipstick, cause baby. Mm-mm.
This ain't it.
So,
This
yeah,
ain't
no,
gonna cut it. I mean,
That's
come on.
not it. Mm-mm.
No. this
Ro-
isn't
We're
Rosa,
gonna have to do some overlining so that you can catch up.
Rosa, I'm very disappointed that I'm not going to be able to have a, you know, a visit with you before I go on my trip and everything. But you know, it is what it is.
On the subject of that.
You kept saying that it was like so far like away to take a different route. If I just take the 17 all the way down, which I'm gonna do anyways, because I want cheesecake and that's in Myrtle Beach, it only adds a half an hour to my trip.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that far, but it is, you know, an hour out of your way, basically, or half an hour out of your way. Yeah.
But I want cheesecake.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
It
going
doesn't
to
matter
Myrtle Beach
because
tomorrow
you're not
morning.
gonna be there anyways.
I'm
So-
leaving from here out of Myrtle Beach tomorrow morning.
Well, I'm not gonna be there tomorrow morning.
On
Yeah,
the,
but
on
I
the,
can get cheesecake while I'm there tomorrow morning.
oh my god.
Stitching this
On the subject of
together.
your trip, I put a video in. I think Sig would find it funny.
Are
I'm
you
gonna
guys
fight
gonna
you.
miss each
That's
other?
what's gonna happen.
It's not really. It's more of a serious video, but it's
Yeah,
very accurate.
Rosa is going to be passing through my hometown here on the 11th, and I'm leaving on the 8th.
Oh.
Yeah. What is this video you're talking about?
Good little baby Clark. It's my sister sent me a memory.
Oh,
He's little dapper. He's holding a pirate map. He's got a Disney gift card.
I reposted it.
yeah.
What do we got
Okay.
here?
Just like butter scraped over too much bread.
Oh.
I need a holiday, a very long holiday.
Yeah. That's pretty much where I'm at with it.
I expect not to
Same.
return.
So
In
I
fact,
wanted
I
to
mean not
rewatch
to.
Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
I
But
have to return. I have a husband and a child and
I'm
responsibility.
so happy about that.
I'm fine. Everything is fine.
Do you want to talk about it, Rosa?
Oh, believe me, if she wants to, she will.
We'll hear about it for the rest of our lives because there's only going to be about 5 minutes.
yeah, I wanted to rewatch Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but I don't know. I was waiting for my sister because she read the books, and then she seems less interested in watching the movies than I am at this point.
We can watch them all together if you want. I don't mind.
Knock it out.
I'd be down.
Dude,
Knock it out. It's 15 hours.
that's where having Sig around is going to help so much with
Honestly,
like
Joe,
my
I
movie
don't mind sitting there for
consumption.
15 hours watching all.
Because I just
See,
need
that's-
one more person 99% of the time, and I will watch whatever.
See, that's the thing is I've seen so many movies that I'm pretty sure you haven't seen, and I'll watch them all again because they're good.
I'm in the exact same position. I've got like several dozen movies on my if I have someone to show it to list.
Yeah.
But like Lord of the Rings, like I don't care that much that I'm gonna just sit down one night, but I'll knock it out if you want to come downstairs and throw it on the
But yeah,
TV. Like,
well, that's the thing with Lord of the Rings is we've both seen it, but we could talk about it as it's happening and stuff, and
100%.
not worry about missing something on
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie or whatever.
that'd be great.
Like, no, you see Gimli do that? Yeah, you know.
No, I don't. Oh man, the last movie night especially was like the third or fourth one in a row where people join in and nobody talks. Oh, we had 12 people in the call and 9 of them were muted. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm not watching this in a group so you could be ghosts. This is scary. Like this is.
See, my
I
problem with that
I
is
kind of
half the
appreciate
time the
that.
conversations aren't pertinent to the movie. Like, I don't mind someone talking about the movie or aspects about the actor or whatever. But when you're talking about like what you had for lunch and I'm trying to listen to some sort of dramatic dialogue, like
I got.
Yeah.
I'm just
neither.
going, shut the fuck up.
Everybody
You what?
was
Throat
just
punches.
not talking at all. And the last one I watched was like a silly movie, and I didn't even get chuckles. Like, is there nobody
What,
here?
Bill and Ted?
Well,
No, I don't remember what I watched last time.
Oh no, it was Caddyshack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
I was only there for about half of that, but most of the people were muted, and I think it was because, you know, a lot of people didn't want to be, you know, having their background noise or having, you know, their coughing or any of that
I
happening.
didn't care.
Mhm.
I told him that too. It kind of ticked me off. I'm like, I'd rather watch alone than in a group of 10 muted people, because then I can pause and get up if I want to, or whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
It was just
could
dumb.
see that.
That was just dumb. Like, what are we doing?
the director's commentary. Commentaries are all right if you've seen the movie a couple times and you know it pretty well. You can find out what their thought process was and everything. But a lot of the time, I watch the movie, you know, with subtitles on because I want to know what the dialogue is because I can't hear it half the time.
I was wondering what you were gonna do with your projector. Is that staying there?
I am not bringing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am not bringing it.
I
That
thought-
would be an extra, you know, 1.5 foot of luggage space that I don't really have to spare.
Thought you were all about
So,
that projector life. Is that gonna be set back
Well,
up?
there's also the whole thing with, you know, actually setting up a screen and hanging the projector from the ceiling and all that I don't want to try and do in your house.
Makes
You know,
sense.
can be done eventually if, you know, it comes to that, but
You can just get a
not right away or
proper
anything.
TV in your room too. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah,
idea.
$100 done.
100. No, we'll do better than
Yeah.
that.
Well, you know what I mean. Just for a
I
cheap
do.
TV, just $100 can do it easily.
$100 for how big of a TV?
But no, I don't know. It's not like I spend a lot of time watching actual TV. I spend a lot of time on the computer.
Okay.
The TV would mostly just be like background noise when I'm trying to sleep or something.
What happened to young Cricky? He had to go. Did he say why he had to go? I didn't even catch that.
No.
I don't believe he did.
All right. This is the real
Just-
channel
We
point.
didn't ask.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody's spending channel points right now.
Yeah. Well, Loyal did like drink water, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be doing that anyway. So, all right. It's fucking bullshit. I'm only here for his long, luscious hair.
You weren't here for that unicorn horn? You're not a real
It was
fan.
a cat ear. He was a tomcat. Okay.
Duh.
Today it was. Last week it was a
Ah.
unicorn horn.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Benz. Oh god. Yeah, this is the real channel point. This is like if you show up for the Fortnite streams, you guys enjoy my channel, then like extra points is showing up for the podcast and grabbing the points midway.
Yeah, now very literally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like what is it? 220 an hour if you're not subbed. So it's an easy 400
Yeah.
points, but hanging out for a while, clicking boxes.
You're an easy 400 points.
What do you mean by that?
You better believe I've been clicking that box every
I'm
time it comes
400
up.
points an hour.
Yeah, I
Ask
learned
about
that.
my rates.
I learned the what do you? I wonder if that. Okay, these are 2 points, but I wonder if the box was like. Well, obviously it's set up to like stop people from going AFK, and it totally does. I will lurk streams muted, and if it's a channel I might talk in someday, yeah, I'll click that box. I do that though on bigger channels, especially like a Shroud chat, for example, where it's sub only. I don't even fucking bother. Like, I'm not gonna click that. I will never type in your chat, and you will never see my messages, even if I did. So I'm just not gonna
Yeah.
do that.
I,
No offense to Shroud. I do this with all big streamers. Like, I don't even click the box because
Yeah.
the
Highlight my
point?
message still means nothing.
it's like 3,000 points in his chat, and it will be washed away. But the other
Yeah.
thing was, I found a way to limit. I did not know you could do this. I thought it was only a limit amount per stream, but I could limit the drink water, for example, every 5 minutes and only 3 times per person. So I
Per
found
stream.
yes. So there's no spam for it, which is nice. I'm glad that that's a thing I can do. And
I've
then
been thinking a lot about that actually. Like what options I would offer as something for when I actually start streaming and stuff. And I need to do crunches.
What?
So
Oh.
I think, huh?
Oh, you're gonna make workout things, huh?
Yeah. I
You
think-
have to limit it.
I
You
think getting
have to
people-
limit
well,
it.
that's
They
what I
will
was about to say.
abuse you.
I was about to say is getting people to do that was an idea, but I was worried that somebody'd try and fucking kill me. So knowing that I can limit that is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Try. What
That's
is
what
this
happened to me.
try?
Well, like the drink water. Yesterday, Daniel was the one who triggered my change, where he saved up like 8,000 channel points. Was like drink water, drink water, drink water, drink. I'm like, fuck
Drown,
you.
bitch.
I will drink this
Yeah.
at a regular pace, and that's that. And to
Actually-
limit the points usage to every 5 minutes means they can't group up and spam water at me. Like the party hips the one time. Oh my god, when it was 500 points, 31 times it it got redeemed.
31.
I mean, I was wearing a thick skin. It makes sense. But like, come on. This is
Damn.
ridiculous. 31 party hips.
Organize something to play Among Us between Minerva members. I actually tried to contact the developers of Among Us earlier today about
Oh.
seeing if there was a way to purchase a bundle of keys for it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually getting in touch with them is a little more difficult than I anticipated, but I'm not going to stop trying. But yeah, getting 5 or 10 keys or something like that in one bundle would be a lot better than trying to purchase 10 separate individual gifts on Steam or something
That's
like
cool.
that.
Is it just one dev?
That's 3.
Oh. Oh, 3. My bad.
Well,
Yeah.
Big team. That's cool.
But I joined their Discord, had to wait 10 minutes to even talk in the Discord.
Yeah.
And the developer one of them was there, but he was his DMs are closed. So I contacted one of his mods, and one of his mods was like, "Oh, you can purchase gifts on Steam," and I was like, "Yeah, you're not getting it. I'm trying to see if I can get a bundle of them instead of one at a time because that's a pain in the ass to purchase one, then purchase one, then purchase one." And my bank would probably call me and be like, "Hey, the hell are you doing? You know?
Right. It would be the same transaction amount over and
10
over again.
times
Your
in a
card
row,
would
yeah.
get froze. Yeah.
I had that on
I was
Amazon.
hoping, because Jaffe did that a while back with Golf with Your Friends, didn't he? He talked to them. He talked to Wheel or somebody.
Yeah. And they had a bundle that was like off Steam and not well advertised.
Yeah. We'll offer you a bundle. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was kind of hoping, was there's maybe something like that, but it's I haven't been able to get in touch with them yet. So we'll see.
That was kind of fun too, because Wheel had remembered who I was and was like, "Oh yeah, here," and he just had a couple of keys. I was like, "Oh shit, that's kind of cool." I'm surprised he remembered me because I wasn't that active, but we played a game with him one time randomly. Chatted with him.
It made sense considering that we told him how much we enjoyed the game and that we were spreading it out amongst our friends.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's kind of what could happen with Grounded, because it has a good multiplayer, right? So it's
not Grounded. Among Us is what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm all spun around. What is Among Us?
Grounded I'm interested in also, but that's only like 4-player.
Right.
Among Us is up to like 10 or 12 players or something. And it's all the find the imposter game.
I don't know what that is.
Murder all the other players if you are the imposter, or get caught as the imposter
Oh.
while you run around trying to accomplish tasks in the spaceship.
I have not
it's
seen
just little
gameplay of
beam
this.
characters.
What if I do that super uber Google thing, or like internet search thing? Like, Among Us.
10 players, yeah. But PewDiePie and Call Me Carson and a handful of other like big YouTube people are playing it a lot lately, and it's become super popular. So a lot of the servers are just bang full up with people, and it's causing a lot of trouble on their servers, on the North American servers, from what I understand.
It's also super duper popular in the Philippines, as I discovered, because some of my friends were playing and I was like watching their stream, and they kept getting partnered with people that were speaking Tagalog, and they had no idea like what was going on. And you couldn't filter it out.
If you just use the Asia servers, it'll be fine. Yeah, I can't imagine lag being a problem in the game really anyway, but
Why is nobody doing anything? Everybody I click on Twitch right now is like in a menu.
Well, that menu is where they're arguing about who the imposter is.
Uh-huh.
And the person being accused is defending themselves, saying, no, I was in the other room when that guy died, and stuff like that.
Oh, it's one of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the blue guy killed the purple one, and it's like, no.
Is that anything like Town of Salem?
Probably.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. I hated that game.
I
got it. I've been pulled into Town of Salem twice now, and both times it was just mind-numbing.
It works somewhat like Town of Salem. Yeah.
That's good to know, because I can't then. I can't.
I feel like you've got types of people who are content with and really enjoy the talking, the social bit, and it's like, well, it's fine because we're just standing here because we're discussing this, whatever. In that game, Town of Salem, Avalon is a board game I played, where it's kind of like the King Arthur story, but deception style, good guys, bad guys, you don't know who anyone is, figure it out. There are types of people that find that really engaging and enjoyable, and others that kind of just don't, and that's okay.
I need fixed rules, or I need hard rules in video games, because with a talking game like that, my enjoyment is very dependent on how good everybody is at deceiving each other.
Back up a little bit there, Beast. I think you're thinking too deeply into this, because Town of Salem had a lot to do with convincing other people that you were doing this or doing that. This is very much simplified to the point that it's like there's 2 bad guys and 8 good guys, and the 8 good guys are just trying to accomplish little tasks where you go put all the numbers in order or go attach the wires together in different parts of the ship, and the random bad guys are trying to kill them without getting seen, and that's it. And every now and then you find a dead body and you're like, oh, it was the blue guy, he did it, and you accuse him, and everybody goes, yeah, it was the blue guy, or no, it wasn't me, and eventually you either kill off the 2 imposters or you lose.
More Trouble in Terrorist Town than Town of Salem.
It's TTT, yeah.
What is TTT?
Yeah, there's definitely more TTT. Gary's mod, Trouble in Terrorist Town. It was exactly the same kind of concept. You run around as people in a map, and you shoot at each other, and you try to act like you didn't shoot that guy when everybody else is like, I know it was you that shot him.
Yeah, I had a weirdly bad experience with Town of Salem. I mean, the couple of times I tried it, I hated it, and then the second time I tried it, I signed up to an account because apparently that was necessary. And then weeks later, they had a data leak, so that got exposed. I was like, fuck yeah. Great shit, Town of Salem. Good stuff. This is nice. Awesome. He exposed my email and password. That's great. I'm so glad. Good servers.
Yeah. But it's definitely a super simple game. Town of Salem is a much more complicated process of the lies and deceit and everything like that.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all. Yeah. But maybe we could try it. I don't know. I'm not hooked. Not as of now.
For $5, if I get an hour of fun out of it, it's worth it to me.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Screw it.
When you pay,
You got
No. I know it was you,
Vietnam.
Rosa.
Oh.
Rosa's sitting over there going, "No, motherfucker, it was you. I know it was you."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you guys are into the D&D kind of stuff, and I don't know if I ever could. Like I respect it, I understand that people enjoy it, but it is not for me. Yeah.
No,
I feel like I was
so-
like that, Beast. I feel like you have to give it a maybe try it, maybe find something that hooks you. It's possible.
There's like a real part of my brain that like I don't know, and I don't want to sound rude because this happens on a lot of other stuff where like it weighs me down, where like a part of me just shuts off, and then I feel like I'm getting more and more tired, and then I start yawning, and I'm like I can't. There's like a really fun I can't remember the name of it, but there's a board game my parents play with their friends sometimes, and it's funny. And even then, if there's enough downtime, I start to like yawn. I'm like, I can only do so much of this, and so all of that, I can't do it. That's me when I look at Save the World. There you go, Panda. Yeah, but
I'll tell you what you do, Beast, is just watch some actual gameplay. 10 minutes of actual gameplay among people who actually know each other, not just some random streamer that's playing with randoms. Like, find a group of friends that are playing with each other, and watch 10 minutes of that gameplay and listen to them all bitch at each other about what they did and didn't do and stuff. It's great. And I think that it's kind of like how we all interact with each other when we're playing You Don't Know Jackbox games.
I guess. But I
So I
don't know.
haven't been playing it because chronic depression makes me not want to do anything. But I watch my friends play it, and it does seem like it's fun when you're playing with friends.
Yeah.
I
And
guess I don't like Monopoly.
that's what Barry's trying to get going on is for all of us to eventually play it all together.
HP
I'm
told
down.
you a better way to spend your V-Bucks. You need to tell HP that I haven't seen her around in like 2 weeks and I'm not happy about it, all right? Monopoly, I actually have a unique obsession with Monopoly. I fucking love that game.
It's good.
Because there is no... Well, so here's the thing. The reason I love it is because I played it on my phone. So all the talking shit was against bots who are pretty easy for me to just work with. And even on the hard mode, they were kind of bitchy, but you get through it. So like the whole bartering with your friends in person type shit. The few times I tried to play it in person, not over an app where all the math was done automatically, that was not thrilling. It's like trying to get them to give up a property that they knew I wanted for obvious reasons, blah, blah, blah. That didn't go too far. But on my phone, I actually really enjoyed Monopoly. It was like $1 for the app, and I got a ton of playtime out of that. I enjoyed that a lot.
I played a lot of Monopoly on my computer when it was like one of the games that came with my Windows, I think, at one point in time.
That'd be so nice.
Yeah, and I played the shit out of it for a long time there against the bot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's a kind of a game about chance and numbers, and it's fun enough to you don't need humans to have fun with that game.
Yeah.
Humans just slow shit down. Too slow at math.
Reece, did you say something about Monopoly?
Yeah, I don't mind playing Monopoly.
You don't mind playing it?
Yeah, I play on the Xbox because there's Monopoly on the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
There's a lot of
It
math
can
in
be
Monopoly.
It can be the type of game that will tear families apart. But, it's like in
I
any board game.
refuse to play Monopoly with my husband because he is a rule lawyer, and it's not enjoyable.
I used to play Sorry with my older brother sometimes, and by the end of it, it was I'll make you fucking sorry,
Right.
my thing with it, I think the reason you get people like that And the reason this all happens comes down fundamentally to there are some people who derived their enjoyment or perceive that enjoyment comes from winning. And there are others who think it comes from playing. And for people who think that enjoyment comes from winning, they are not the type of person to like D&D or to like role-playing or to like
Those are the
these
people who
types
are
of
there for the
open
end game,
games.
not there for the
Yes.
journey.
Yes. If you are the person who has learned to derive enjoyment from playing the game rather than winning the game, you will love those games. If you're the person who wants to win, then you're not going to enjoy it. You're also going to make everyone else not enjoy it as much too, because everything you do, you can tell they're just trying to skip the process and get right to it.
That's the same shit with
Well, then
Monopoly. Like, I'm not trying to draw this out. You know I'm trying to bankrupt you, right? Like, you know why I want this property.
$30? Jesus.
Yeah, what is Monopoly? Yo, Monopoly's expensive everywhere. Oh, yeah.
It's fucking digital. Like, the real world copy of the game is only like $12.
But it's
at
a big
Walmart.
brand name, so it's easy for them to just sell it like crazy.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, fucking Jesus, that's digital. They're not even selling you anything.
They even did a show for Monopoly. They did a show for it.
They don't even bother
Oh, but-
advertising Monopoly, to my knowledge. They just know you'll buy it because you know the name.
It just exists.
Yeah.
Piece that dual monitor stand that we talked about is on sale again.
Oh, we're sticking to
There was
dual, huh?
actually Rosa that no well
No, la la la
Amazon-
la, I'm moving.
Amazon has I understand. Amazon is recommending it to me. That's why it's being brought up again.
Oh, okay.
But that same dual arm stand that I was telling you about, Rosa, I was telling Beast about it because I wanted to get it to use while I'm there at his place, and he was like, "Well, what about this 3-arm stand?" And I'm like, "Well, fuck, it's only $10
Right.
more."
I feel like nobody's surprised by that turn of conversation. Sorry, you brought a dual monitor setup to Beast? Why would you even bother?
Peasant.
Why bother?
No, to me, it's all about like symmetry. To have your middle monitor centered is such a big thing for me. And then two
Yeah.
screens on the side is so clean. And it's really not that much more. And the stand is what,
Well, I mean-
10, 20 bucks more? And then
Currently, right now, what I'm doing is a main screen here in front of me, like this, and then a secondary screen that's over here.
that's what I used to do. So a third monitor, just put another one to my left. And I
Over
was
here?
like, oh, perfect. By the way,
I know,
monitor still about 4 inches to my right, off-centered. I never noticed this. I put this in the exact same spot it was at the old house, and it's been like I've got this amount of space of available movement space, and I'm like, wow, my monitor's been off-center this whole time. And that explains so much. There was so many years, or like months and months and months of me just like always awkwardly shifting back and forth, not really sure where I want to put myself, and it's like, holy fuck, my monitor's been off-center this whole time. I cannot believe I never noticed this. And now that I've seen it, it's just glaring. And it's not hard to, wow, it's tricky to fix. Because I need to just, well, loosen it and then shift it over. But loosening it with 5 screens attached is not something I've been willing to do alone. So I'm just waiting for my dad to be around, be like, hey, can you hold this quick? While I just, shift it over, and, oh, it's going to be
The
so
last time you and your dad did this, hold this quick, move this for me, or help me move this thing, you almost broke your wrist, remember?
We were fine. We were fine. The monitors were fine. Almost they weren't, but they were fine.
God,
Barry,
I hate-
Barry wants to know how many monitors you have, Reese.
Don't have any. I won't be getting my PC until I move. Probably.
Yeah.
On one?
You're basically just running on a tablet right now, aren't you?
iPad, yeah.
Yeah,
It works
iPad.
fine with me.
I hate moving furniture with my family because it just becomes my dad barking ridiculous orders, and like
Pivot.
I'm holding something that's really heavy, and he just makes it way more stressful than it probably needs to be.
I think I have it easy then, because whenever I was moving stuff with my dad, anytime he got to the barky stuff, I was like, settle down. We haven't gotten that far. It's not that big of a deal. Shit. Let's dial it back.
Rosa knows exactly what I meant. Fucking Ross in the stairwell screaming pivot.
On Friends. Okay.
This is why I just go fully middle class and I hire somebody to do it for me.
That's not middle class. That's spending money I ain't got to do some shit I didn't want to do. That's what I do.
There are always young Marines that are looking to make $20. You guys want to come
Oh
move
yeah,
my
no,
couch?
that's the way to go though.
Oh, I was thinking professional mover. I'm like $150 an hour.
Oh no,
to-
no,
yeah.
no! I am not. I do
She's
not
got a
have money
whole-
like that.
She's got a whole military base of guys who are in shape.
Well, yeah, I'm
carrying
just.
furniture.
We're very, very in shape.
I had the same idea of like hiring movers, and my dad was like, "No, let's just invite, so and so, so and so." So we had 4 able-bodied men. We moved everything in a day. This desk
We
came through
did
that
that
window, and it wasn't even that big of a deal. It
Yeah.
was impressive.
We were moving houses on base from a apartment on base to a house on base, and the housing department were trying to be assholes about it, and they're like, "Well, we have an appointment for a move-in tomorrow. If not, then you have to. The next one isn't for 2 months." And I was like, "Fuck you! I'll take the one for tomorrow." Like. And so we just had a bunch of his friends and we rented a U-Haul, and I'll be damned if we didn't just throw everything in the U-Haul. We were moving like 6 blocks away. It was not difficult. Like,
You could have walked it with some of that stuff.
right, if I had the U-Haul was
Can you
basically to
imagine like
move.
your whole house just being carried like ants carrying crumbs just across the whole thing?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I was thinking like 2 Marines. 2 Marines equals like nothing's heavy. I mean, whatever you need to move,
Yeah,
just
basically.
grab one end, and they're gone. Like.
The only time you need more is when it's an awkward shape, like an L-shaped couch. You
Yeah.
need an extra one.
Cause like I'm not very strong at all, and me and my dad could handle everything our house had to move. So I'm like, 2 people who are actually fit, like, yeah, no, you'd be pulling things out of
Marine,
left and right.
It's a military
Yeah,
person.
very highly trained military person.
Where they would
Very-
be from
very
that they wouldn't know what a Marine is, because Australia has Marines. The UK definitely has Marines. Obviously, the United States has Marines.
Trisket is, I think, in our Discord.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, that's what I meant. Trisket, where are you from?
Although he did say
Well,
who is
Trisket
beast
said
and
who
what
is
is
beast.
stream.
What is stream?
Yeah, if that's the
What is-
Trisket that's in our Discord, that's just a troll. So
Because we're throwing
Okay.
around Marine pretty casually, but that is like a very, very, very highly trained individual, is it not?
yeah,
Yes.
Is it really?
And to a
not-
Harsh
certain.
yeah, that's the Trisket I know.
Because when I was younger, I thought it was like one of the highest kind of.
It is. They are more
it is-
extensively combat trained. Yes.
Yeah. It is a fairly high difficulty to reach
Right.
to be.
Like, not
in the
anybody can just go be a
upper
Marine. Like, you are in it for quite the haul if that's something you're trying to achieve. That's the idea that I got put in my brain.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was like the Navy SEALs is always everybody's fan favorite to be like,
Yeah.
the big guys. But then you find out about the Green Beret. How does it get stacked? Like, this is just.
Army Green Beret, Navy SEAL, and just Marine are all kind of in the same level.
Marine Rangers.
Got it. Yeah, because
no,
military
the
always
Marines are better than
confused
them.
me. They're
No,
better than-
no, there are
No,
Marine.
and then the Marine Rangers
Raiders.
is higher.
Yes, but those don't get talked about because they actually do secret shit.
Yeah, secret-
They don't write books about killing people after they've done it.
They don't make movies.
I was like,
They
SEAL
don't make
Team,
movies.
SEAL Team 6 was real
They don't
under
sell
the...
their story.
Yeah.
It's like SEAL Team 6 was like real under the table type shit until they killed Osama bin Laden. It was like, oh, everybody knows about him. Just like that. Like, you take out one big target and then everybody's like, oh, you're a professional hitman. Our government hires you. And trains you. And feeds you and houses you. But,
And uses you to protect our country. Yep.
Yeah, it's kind
That's
of a
exactly
necessary
right.
job. So I don't know. Every time I learned about like as a kid, Marines were built up in some history show I watched, and then I kept finding out about bigger and bigger boys, and it was like I don't even know what to believe anymore. Like I don't
Yes.
even know what the stack ranking
The thing
is.
with Marines is they're higher combat trained, but they also have like a higher standard of grooming and presentation. Like I'm sure anyone who's ever been near an army base, you see off-base people in their uniform, like their combat uniforms, and the same with the Navy. And then it just ends up looking messy, like you're going out in your coveralls, you know?
Yeah.
And the Marines don't do that. They expect a higher level of professionalism.
Very, very particular.
Which means they party
how they allow
even
you to
harder.
Shut the fuck up, Panda, okay?
Whoa.
Baseball players are professional hitmen. All right. So are golfers.
That's so punny.
Oh, it's so stupid. Oh, that hurt to read. I didn't need that. Anyway. Yeah, so moving was not so bad. I was impressed, though, just how many of our family friends kind of helped out.
We're willing
got
to
things
step
done.
in and do something. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's nice, too, because, like, a few of them we haven't seen in a really long time. And I'm like, did it really take us moving house to see some of these people? Like, it's just...
Yeah.
I think now that we're going to have, like, a basement hangout area, nice backyard, pool table, bar in the basement, everything, I think we'll be more inclined to have friends over nowadays, because we have a lot of family friends we just don't see
What are
enough.
these friends you speak of?
Well, my parents have a lot of family friends who we just don't
Okay.
see a lot. I don't.
That's
Well, I have
be
a few.
fun to watch me explain to your family friends a couple times. Who's that guy? Oh, that's Sig.
Oh, they'll love it. Mm-mm.
Where'd he come from?
If you
Oh,
think
that's-
I'm chatty, you're gonna see where I got it from. Like, my dad's a professional salesman.
Like, oh, our
He
son met him
will,
on the internet.
he will carry any fucking conversation forever.
Yeah, but just imagine your dad telling a family friend, "Oh yeah, our son met him on the internet."
I
That's
can,
gonna be
because you're not the craziest visitor.
No, I know.
Because Lemon coming
Lemon-
over, oh, they have gotten
Yeah.
mileage for days. For
Mm-hmm.
days. So I can imagine it. Yeah, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be fun.
I'm just imagining it because I haven't experienced it yet, and I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gonna be hilariously
It
awesome.
will be.
100% that believe that your parents are that chatty because they never they don't shy away from the camera when they come to bring you stuff. Your mom straight up is like, "Hey guys," like your dad has whole ass conversations. He doesn't get in the camera, but he has whole ass conversations.
Doesn't give a shit.
Doesn't
Yeah.
give a shit. A feeling
I-
that if I showed up tomorrow in Minnesota, they'd be like, "Come in, how
Yeah.
long are you staying? I'll make up the couch."
Pretty much. When they heard Choo Choo was coming over, they're like, oh, fun.
Yeah,
Do
and
you
it
need
was
to plug your
Oh my
computer in?
God. that goddamn trip was cursed. I got all my stuff ready, put it in the car. I was like, okay, it's gonna be a 4-day drive. Let's go. Well, most of the way through the first day, my car breaks down,
Mhm.
like irreparably. 200,000 miles on the car because I was 18 and couldn't possibly rent one. And
Yeah. But
well,
I have a couple of
off it went.
Pokemon Go friends that I have that I pretty much only play Pokemon Go with. But if we have a proper couch and a TV that we could lounge around or a pool table, I'd be like, hey, want to just come over and hang for a bit? Like if there's an event, you want to just come over an hour early and just shoot some pool or something?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll happen. I don't know if they're interested in that. Austin, are you lurking? He tends to do that.
Real life friends? Who has
So
those?
weird, right? Oh.
Honestly,
I think I scared someone yesterday. So we went to a friend of a friend's house. It's where I got ate up by these mosquitoes. And he started talking about graphics card. And I was like, oh, you're nerdy?
oh wow.
So we were talking
Oh,
about
God.
computer stuff. I may have made that psycho face, but anyways, so we started talking about
3090.
computer stuff and gaming
You
and
want to talk
whatnot.
about graphics cards?
Thank you. And then
How much
oh
storage
shit,
do you
that's
have?
hot. Oh shit, that's hot. Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, how big is the storage?
And
Tell
then
me.
like 15 minutes before we left, he was like, "Oh, since you guys like nerdy stuff and like gaming and whatnot, do you like D&D?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe." It was
Oh
just
God, tell me more about how big your character sheet is.
it was like verbal vomit
Oh, God,
after
is that
that.
your
Like
binder?
I could not contain it. And I was like, "I DM every Thursday. Do you want to do a game?" Like,
Do you want to game with me?
right.
And that's where he goes,
Oh
yeah.
my
No,
God.
I wasn't that into it either.
So
Yeah.
You guys know I told you about how I had to go get a COVID test done to be able to travel, right?
I have to go get one to go back to school.
I searched all over town. Finally found a place that was doing the like 15-minute swab test, and have the results in 15 minutes kind of thing. And I went in to get this done, and the girl there were two ladies doing the like intake stuff, had me sit down and ask me questions while they put the little thing on my finger and check my heart rate and all that stuff and my temperature and whatnot. And the girl there that was like putting the thing on my finger and standing there kind of like checking my temperature and all that while the other one asked me questions, she had dark blue hair that faded down into a nice green, kind of like the green of your wall behind you, Rosa. And she looked down, and I'm wearing a shirt that says "I drink and I know things" from Game of Thrones.
Right.
My brother had given me the shirt. I love it to death. And she's like, "I like your shirt," And I looked up and I was like, "I like your hair," And we're just kind of, polite, And we got up and we're walking down the hallway to go to the exam room where the guy was going to do the swab thing for me and everything. And we were talking the whole way, and you could see her face light up when she realized I wasn't just saying something to be polite or to hit on her in some way, because I was like, I used to dye my hair. I used punky colors, and, I named a couple of different brands, and I was like, "What brand did you use to do that?" And she was just like, "Oh, holy shit, you actually know about hair coloring," and you could see how the mood suddenly changed to just excited to talk to me about it rather than being like, "Oh yeah, another guy hitting on me," and that was kind of awesome. I thought it was super funny.
It's exciting when you get to talk to people about things, and it's not just because they want to get in your pants. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah,
you like the same things as me? You want to be friends?
Yeah, we might be friends.
I have that conversation a lot with Pokemon Go, believe it or not, because people are getting more into it. And they're like, "Oh, you play Pokemon Go?" And I'm like, I have to answer in such a way as to not be opposing. So I'm like, yes. Or imposing, I should say. I was like, yes, I do.
God, is this banned? Like, do I need to?
Yeah, we are not allowing this. Yeah, that goes.
What happened? I'm curious now. What the hell?
Someone posted a link to a video where somebody committed suicide live online.
I heard about that. I did not watch it. We do not glamorize or repost the most tragic moment in someone's child's life, because you need to remember that person is someone's child. That person is someone's best friend. That's a fucking person, you goddamn dipshits. Don't glamorize it.
Well, anyway, the post does not be. They can talk about it, but they do not need to link that shit.
No, yes, absolutely. You can have a discussion of it. You do not need to be privy to that person's last moments. You don't need that. No.
Yeah.
What is that bar made of? Subway had s'more cookies the last couple of times I went there, and
it is it's a granola bar. It's granola and nuts and fruit and chocolate.
Wow, that was a random dark turn. Jesus Christ. Welcome to the Internet of Things, everybody. As we're in chicken turn in a minute. Yeah, I thought it was
off on everybody, kind of.
That was another mass ping. That's just, that happened all day yesterday. Fucking hell. Anyway. But yeah, no, it's exciting when somebody, like, shares an interest in you. Because, like, I'll learn somebody I know plays Pokemon Go, and I need to settle down. I'm like, okay, don't scare them off. That's where I was going with that. I was like, yes, I do play Pokemon Go. You have no idea. Yeah, I do.
When it's a real life person, because obviously I have all my internet friends. Right. I have so many of you that share interest with me and I can talk to all the time. But like a real person, like a real like we can share a meal. Like I can throw shit at you for real, not just threaten it.
That's bizarre. That's how I felt with like one of the recent people I started playing Pokemon with. I was like, we were hungry playing the game. Like, you want to just go to lunch, like to one of the local spots that I really enjoy? He's like, yeah, sure. We went and had a burger. I was like, wow, I haven't done that with somebody ever. I've never done that. Like I've never just
Right. That's
gone and got
insane.
food and all the times I had IRL friends like that I hung out with regularly, I didn't have money, so eating out wasn't a thing I do.
I haven't had like real real friends that do real stuff since I was in California. Like I have friends here that will like go to Red Robin's and like, but there's nothing to do out here.
Well, that's why it's
When-
kind of fun when Wally Dog found out I was coming to Boston.
Yeah.
And he was like, "We could hang out," and I was like, "Oh fuck, I didn't even know you were in Boston. Really, it
Right.
didn't occur to me." Okay, you know.
Wally, so his name's Wally Dog, and he acts like an excited dog. He's like, every time he's like, "Oh, hello," he gets so excited about everything. I can just
I
imagine
bit
his tail
my
wagging.
cheek.
And I don't know if you saw it, Beast, but Matt has been posting asking about Peoria, Illinois.
Yeah,
which
he was in the
is
call
about
with
the
us.
same distance. No, I mean since then he's posted asking about Peoria specifically, which is about the same distance from you to Chicago, I think.
Okay.
It's not if it's any further away, it's like half an hour or an hour at most.
I mean, if you're driving 6 hours, half an hour's a rounding error.
Yeah. So I
If
mean,
you're going
really,
that far.
it's entirely possible that if you wanted to, meeting up with Matt is a real possibility too.
Oof. That's a lot of driving. We could, I don't know, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't mean us drive to him. I meant him come to you.
Oh, is he interested in doing that?
No,
Shit.
I don't know. We'd have to see. But you know,
Yeah, and then we can't forget about 3G either. That gets tricky now.
yeah, we'd have to work that out.
Because at this point, I owe it to 3G. Like, we can't talk about it as much as we did and not go see him. So, not that I don't want to see him anyway. Like, just great guy. So,
Yeah.
Tana,
And I'd
do you,
love to be able
is
to
this
go
your
meet him
old
and
man cosplay? You're killing it.
I'm
fine,
really
just-
good at that.
I'm disappointed about not being able to hang out with Rosa before I go on the trip and stuff.
That's amazing how you're just gonna miss her. Like, you can't.
Just
Like,
Well, we
2
talked about it. What
days?
was it last year, Rosa? We talked about like meeting up to go to medieval times together. In
we
Myrtle
were
Beach.
supposed to for
Yeah.
me and Clark's birthday.
Yeah. And I think that would be really cool, you know. But it's just one of those things.
Right.
It'll happen one day. I might just have to come out to California at some point. I did spend time out in California at one point in time, and it's super dry out there, and it fucked up my sinuses so bad.
Oh,
I can't sleep. I
fucking
cannot
wait.
sleep in California.
Oh, I
weird.
can't wait for everything to be dry again and for my sinuses to finally clear up. Because living here, I have chronic sinusitis
Chronic what?
or sinusitis, whatever. It just
Yeah.
means that I have a perpetual sinus infection.
Stuffy nose, drip in the back of your throat, shitty, just overall clogged feeling.
My chronic sinusitis is so bad that when I had my MRI, they could see it.
Damn.
Nothing is here. Is Trisket
I
local to
have-
Minnesota?
It's curious. I have this thing. Might be. I don't think it's the same as yours or stuff. But I've always felt like for like a year and a half, I never have like a clear nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like at least half blocked.
I think that's normal. I learned about this, how like 2 nostrils, like there's almost one that's always blocked. Like that's just a regular thing.
I used to
Almost
have an
always one that's blocked.
amazing sense of smell. My husband used to joke that I could sniff out cancer because like we could like walk into a restaurant and I'd be like, oh, they're cooking with this and this and this. Or
No.
like he'd come home and I'd be like, were you around someone who was smoking? And he'd be like, for like 2 fucking seconds. How did like what? But since living here, can't smell shit. I mean, I can smell a little bit, but like not to the level that I used to. I hate it. I hate it. I can't wait until everything is dry.
All right, Panda.
We need to mute him.
If you had a clear nose, that would look awfully weird. All right.
I gotta
see.
say, a benefit at least of doing the show on Twitch today is like the Streamlabs chat actually behaves with Twitch and shows all the badges and bits and colors of people's names, and it behaves significantly better than YouTube, which is nice. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I might prefer Twitch. I don't know. I was always nervous about Not as many people wanted to hang out, but it's not seeming to be a problem.
It does not seem to be a problem at all.
No. I see all your guys' messages, by the way. I see you, especially you, Hugh.
I always thought the real difficulty with doing the podcast on Twitch would be that you'd have to, save it and then load it up to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, you'd have people who are actively here in the Twitch chat that are wanting to donate bits and wanting to donate and do this and do that and, and get you to drink water or whatever, things like
Channel
that.
Points.
Yeah, using channel points and stuff. And it's just like, that's kind of not what we're doing right now, but it's been fairly quiet
That
the whole
kind of
time.
happens on YouTube too. Like, Aphid super chatting before the show starts. I'm like, you're not allowing us to focus on the, but
Yeah.
Since that problem will follow either way, I don't think it matters. It's not that
Yeah.
big of a deal.
So the
And-
only downside is that you'd have to upload it to YouTube separately,
Which is not a
kind of a
problem.
non-issue.
I record it anyway. The upload around here, like it's automatic too. Like I can just start the upload, minimize the tab, and I'll probably forget about it by the time it's done. And then it's whatever, like not a big deal.
Okay. Just post the full length lyrics to some song, huh?
Oh, our Discord's just really having fun right now, huh?
Yeah, people are dumb.
Yeah, well, that's what happens on the internet. Wow, a lot of leaves today. What's going on?
I think those are people who have tried to join and it's not allowing them to actually join.
Is the Bob
So it should show you leave. No, because of the phone thing.
No, I turned that off.
I don't know
what's
that.
up. I don't know. You like Twitch more than YouTube though? Yeah, that might be nice too. And for what it's worth, Twitch has a nicer image quality, which I can't imagine why you'd want to see me in a higher res, but if that's something you care about, then there you go.
Yeah. Well, Twitch does offer a lot more things when you're streaming, like we've already talked about multiple times, that have to do with for instance, the channel points allowing somebody to highlight their message, or the timeout timers being able to be adjustable and stuff like that. If somebody only deserves to be timed out for a minute, give them a minute.
I've only been telling you that for years, but it's okay. Let me sip my coffee.
What kind of messages does Trisket post in our Discord?
Trolley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just in general.
The bonking dog gif as a profile picture. The hammer on the head of the Shiba Inu dog.
Yeah.
That's the Trisket
I haven't noticed it.
that I'm thinking of. Does Sig not like me? I don't dislike you.
I changed my
I don't have a
stream
full opinion of you
theme
yet,
to a
really.
certain character from a movie. Is it a lot? I think it should be fine. Yeah, like if it's just an overlay thing, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like my profile picture.
Trisket, I don't like you.
Forever. Do you have enough to form an opinion?
Wow.
People who fish for compliments, I don't like.
Is he doing that? I don't really know.
Well, Sig, do you not like me? me. Get over it.
Oh my god.
No,
what
that's
if he
just-
actually cares? I don't know.
That's more fucking around than anything, I'm sure.
I think you're kind of alright.
Compliment.
Panda the Canadian. He starts at like 100%. You have to work him down from there,
It's okay. I think you're kind of all right.
It's not so bad, Oh, sure. You're all right. I'm trying to find an overall theme. I'm thinking about Hulkbuster because he's a pretty cool character. I don't know. That could work. You could try instead of specifically taking the theme of a character from a show or a movie or a series franchise rather. That's kind of what the Hulk is at this point in franchise. You could just take the color scheme, huh? Maybe don't do Hulk, do green or whatever you like about it. I don't know. Could be kind of cool. Like, I didn't want to take strictly Milotic, but if I'll just switch the overlay quick. You can see, like, there's a watery blue vibe to the whole overlay without it actually being a Milotic. Like, I know there's a Milotic in the bottom corner there, but that was actually not always there. So, that's kind of what I did. Yeah, I took, like, the water aesthetic of Milotic from Pokemon without actually ripping off Pokemon. So, anyway, that's kind of nice. Although the sub badges are Pokemon themed. So I'm always scared about those. But anyway, Hulkbuster is an Iron Man armor. Is it really?
Yes.
Jeez.
Hulkbuster is the Iron Man armor that Tony Stark created in order to fight the Hulk.
Then you know what I mean. Do a red and silver theme for your overlay or whatever you want to do. Shape my head, man. Learn your Marvel. I'm learning it right now. I'm getting taught in chat. I'm getting taught out here.
Cut the cameras.
Straight up school.
Badges and the
Cut the
logo.
tape.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to set the precedent of using copyrighted work for sub badges because it's not something you should do on Twitch. But
Right.
I've seen other people do Pokemon themed stuff. Tfue, biggest channel, one of them is he uses Fortnite like potions as his sub badges and has been doing so for a long time. So I bet Fortnite just doesn't care because future content creators, right? Pokemon has had a history of but it's not. That's a tricky area. That's a tricky area. Like they're not losing sales by me using a Milotic or a Feebas as my sub badge.
Or the candies. Yeah.
If there was a copyright dispute, a suit wouldn't even be worth it because they're not owed any of that money, in my opinion. I'd just change the badge if it was that big of a deal.
They can't prove money you generated because of it if you did generate any because of it.
Nobody subbed for that badge. So the tricky thing is also that they wouldn't really be gaining much and they'd totally be hurting a fan. My sub badges aren't Pokemon because I'm trying to rip them off. My sub badges are Pokemon because I like Pokemon. Cool. Fuck it,
I feel like candies would be the safer bet.
Right.
Because they're more ambiguous.
Yeah. Because I got one of the ideas was from a much bigger streamer than me uses Pokeballs as his sub badges, and that is such a common thing that I can't imagine it'd be a problem, but I'm always nervous about it. Yeah, the candies are boring, and they don't evolve at all. Because I have a progression. You have the fishing rod, and then the next month, which a lot of people are coming up on. In the next week or so here, we should see anybody who sticks around, you'll get the month 2 badge, which will be the Feebas, then the shiny Feebas, and then the Milotic, and then shiny Milotic, and then a different pose for a shiny Milotic, and then at that point I'm starting to run out of ideas.
Yeah, and no, at that time you'll switch back to YouTube.
Yeah,
it's like people who use the different levels of tools in Minecraft as a form of leveling up in their Discords or something. I remember, I think Punchy did it years ago, and he started out,
Rainbow donuts.
You started in as wood, and you moved up from wood to stone, from stone to iron or to gold, then to iron, then to diamond, and things like that. It was just a thing.
And that's where if you used those assets in your own video game, now it's a problem that I can totally understand.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should be a problem for Pokemon. And I feel a little bad because Stelly went to the effort to redo a couple of these emotes, but he kind of works off of inspiration, which hasn't hit recently. So he and I are in this middle stage where those month 2 badges are still not something I'm thrilled with, but he had a good idea going, so I might revert to the old, the original Feebas that I had earlier, which is funny because nobody sees that yet, so it's not even a real topic. Everybody's a fishing rod for now, but yeah, I don't know.
That's what I have. All my emotes are me doing things. Anyone who has ever seen the show can never look at one of those and be like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, they're really well done.
I really like my artist. She was expensive, and she has a really long wait list. But
I was gonna say, who did you commission to do those?
I actually found this girl on Fiverr. I forget her name right now, but I'm also really terrible at names. But I'll send you the link.
That would be super
after
cool.
show.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Who's in those? I don't know. Who could be in those emotes? Who's bald with rainbow glasses and a pink headset?
Who could it be?
Who could it be?
I wish it would let you pick your prefix. Yeah, because your prefix is
my God.
Rosado. And mine's X Mista. I'm like, why is it X? Can you just make it Beast or something? I don't think anybody's using Beast on the platform.
I do. So the Rosado is kind of funny because it's like Rosadu. So the Hearts one is Rosadu Kiss.
And you can't
Rosadu,
edit that.
I love you. Rosadu Burp.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I think it's funny. Like,
Yeah, those are well done. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. It'd be nice to have like a proper theme that's not Pokemon, but I like the Pokemon theme. It's kind of fun. I don't know.
it took me a while to come up with a theme. Too, when I first started streaming on Twitch, I just like someone had thrown together an overlay for me. I had some like person off of DeviantArt draw something for me, but it wasn't like well done digital. I like the chibi style. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
That's what I personally like to draw. It's cutesy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's
And the first one wasn't chibi style, so like I had those forever, and then finally I found this artist, and she was like balls expensive, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it, gonna try it.
How
And I
expensive
messaged
are we
her when I
talking
wanted.
here?
So when I first got my emotes, she was a little bit cheaper. It was $50 for three emotes.
Okay.
Now I think it's like $85 to $100 for
But
three.
those are yours now.
Yeah,
You
those
own
are mine. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
also with paying for rights.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like,
that makes sense.
mm-hmm.
And if they're really well done, like those are,
Yeah.
then
I'd say that explains why they're really well done too.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other thing, though, is like Sally is just a fan, really, long-term friend at this point, and he's done a great job, but he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart. So there's no real motivation.
Yeah.
He's working at his own pace. Like my Twitch panels right now are something he put a pattern that looks great, and then I bullshitted the thing, and then absolutely no progress has been made, which is fine, I guess, but yeah. I don't know. And I've offered to pay him, and he's just doesn't want it. he's
Sorry.
just helping me because he wants to, and
I'll be right back.
I'm very grateful. But yeah, at some point I would like to figure out something a little more consistent. But yeah, if you're looking for Fiverr artists, you can definitely just look on the site. Their prices vary wildly. Rosa found a professional, clearly. You could totally find those for cheaper, but of course your mileage will completely vary person to person. Yeah. And the cool thing about a middleman like Fiverr is you can't really get scammed, can you? Like they'll
refund it, and I paid through PayPal, and so if they don't
you got
cough up a
multiple
product, you
services
can.
helping you out there. Don't do friends and family ever. If somebody is even allowed to
Ever.
offer that on Fiverr, you are getting scammed.
They're not through Fiverr. They would have to like ask you to send it on the side, and that would be sus.
Yeah. No. If they ever subvert the website, you're fucking up. Like you're doing it wrong.
My artist isn't on Fiverr anymore, probably because she had too much work. I'm gonna cry. Oh no.
Oh yeah, I bet she might. Did they just take their listings off whenever they're overloaded? That's
Well,
a good
I talked to
position
her
to
a
be
couple months ago, and she was like, I'm so behind. I have so much shit to do. Well, she was more professional than that.
in. Right.
And so I just checked because, we're talking about it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to message them. They they took down all of their listings. They're not available anymore. It's funny. So you can still see their name, but you can't go to their profile. But since I have messages with them, I can see the mini about, and it still says their name. It still says that they have 5-star reviews, over 1,000 5-star reviews. And I'm really
That's over
sad right
1,000
now.
customers that have bothered to vote, bothered to rate.
Well, you see, I said, you see my emotes. I definitely think that she was worth it. And
Yeah.
so now my heart's a little broken because I wanted more emotes done, and now I'm gonna have to find a new artist.
That's the one bit of
That's
art I
something
got.
that always scared me. That's what always scared me, was that I'd pay for literally anything and then lose that person or no longer wish to afford it or whatever. So you'd have to find another artist to match the style as best as they can, and that always concerned me.
Choo-choo, you just dropped 5 things into the chat, and it just went bloop, 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 and it made me worry for a second that asshole was back.
So what do we have here?
You guys want to see some really traumatizing emotes that I drew for the IQ channel?
No.
Traumatizing. Yes.
They're
Yes, I want traumatizing emotes.
No, but
They're-
mine is art of one of my characters.
Hmm.
Yeah, those are really well done.
Yeah.
They were cheap as hell. I got them for $5.
Oh, it
each
uploaded
from
them
an
little. Hold on, let me get to the big
Argentinian
ones.
artist.
Those are traumatizing.
She's very nice. Oh my god.
Oh, hold on, not the TIFF. You guys don't want the TIFF. God damn it.
I'm showing this on stream, so nothing. What is it?
Yeah, nothing's inappropriate.
Are these not
Donkey.
on Twitch yet?
No, they haven't gotten approved yet.
Yeah, that was
So-
funny actually. When I first got affiliate and I uploaded all my emotes, and people were like, "Why don't you have any emotes? Why don't you have any emotes?" I'm like, "Wait a second, this is all happening very fast." So there was like
Oh,
a few
I don't
days,
have it.
where it was like a week or so where we had no emotes. Yeah, Ben's face, that one took a minute, but it went through. Oh,
Like
there's the
depressed.
Feebas. Yeah. I was talking to Stelly about that. Like, it's cool that what he did, but it's... Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Not sure
I
yet.
mean, the things I drew were traumatizing, but I'm kind of proud of them. Look at that sassy Shrek, okay?
I know, it was nice. It was nice.
The donkey nightmares.
The-
The donkey with lipstick.
it killed my soul to draw these. You don't even understand. I'm not the biggest fan of the Shrek and donkeys stuff. Like, I like the movies, but I'm not like, oh, Shrek is God, like some people are. Like, or Shrek is life, whatever. But the
Yeah,
other
we're gonna
people
start
in
on
the other people in the queer quad that run IQ with me, they're obsessed. And so I was like, oh, what should our emotes be? We have, our rainbow brain, but what should the emotes be? And they were like, Shrek and donkey. And I was like, no. And then I'd bring it up a week later and I'd be like, what should our emotes be? Shrek and donkey. So I was like, fuck, fine. And so then I started to draw them and I was like, oh, should I add anything to them? Should I spice it up? And they're like, put drag makeup on donkey. And I was like,
Oh Lord, no.
okay, you asked for it. So this is how they came to be.
Here, I'll show this.
They
again.
also wanted drag makeup on Shrek, but I was like, I'm just gonna give him a flag. How about that? I know they're little because they're emote sized. I don't have a PNG of them.
Mm.
I don't think. Let me
Yeah,
see.
you need
Yeah,
to
I
have
just have the TIFF.
15 subs before you can add more. Yeah, we capped out the 5 subs for affiliate like almost right away, and then we're just stuck. Affiliates can only have 5. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't understand the logic behind that. I guess their idea is that if an affiliate is doing well enough to have more subs than that, they're probably on track to partner anyway. So I don't know why Twitch limits you to 5, because it kind of inhibits an affiliate's ability to do more with their stream. So you're working against the grain pretty much the whole time on Twitch. That's why I did it on YouTube. That's why I skipped the whole fucking process. But yeah, based on our
We
current
got some
count,
more moonies.
yeah, based on our current count on if we get accepted for partner, should be about 15 emotes. I think we can add right away. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Reece, you've been streaming some stuff here and there, haven't you?
Have you stuck with that? Reece, you're muted. I think you have been for some time.
You had
I have
going on.
I have been streaming,
Yeah.
but
How's
then
that been going?
I had to sort of. Yeah, it's been alright. I just had to try doing it between work and
Sure.
not working, sort of thing. But it's going alright. Been streaming some Destiny and Division and stuff.
How much?
I know you had some difficulty with the streamer mode on Twitch on Discord and everything because you're on a tablet and a console, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been kind of a weird thing for you,
Yeah.
but
so
you've been making it work, huh?
yeah.
That's good.
And when I get my PC, I'll be more cloud, and then I can stream properly on there.
Yeah. How far
Definitely
out are you?
helps.
How far away are you from getting the PC worked out?
I'm probably. I can't get my PC yet until the house is sold. I had to get my money, my share of the money from what my nan and granddad left behind for me.
Gotcha.
And I had to use that to buy the PC, but I can't get that until the house is sold.
Sure.
Yeah, so as it is, it's kind of up in the air right now, and you just don't have a solid timeline.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it'll
that
probably be
sucks.
it'll probably be like so many more months before I get it, but
Does the
One more game, huh, Daniel?
Does
We're
the
keeping your
one
points.
more game redemption extend the podcast? What happens with that?
No, but we're keeping his damn 10,000 points.
No.
One more game. 1 more hour.
No, we play Fortnite. That ain't happening.
Sig, no, you shouldn't have accepted this.
I totally can.
No, I'm just pretending like his points are gone.
Yeah. I'm looking at it like, just
I
click the little check mark. I'll be going.
I didn't know that until I started streaming, that when your points are spent, the streamer can totally refund them. I had never, ever seen or heard of that before I started
Yeah.
streaming.
Well, that's because more often than not, nobody's really looking to get them returned, or
Yeah,
you know,
You can only get them returned for like custom queues. If you highlight, that's gone.
Yeah. Which I'm.
oh yeah, because that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I never considered that. Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
it's something like, oh, play with me for 5,000 points, play with me.
Yeah, and
Well,
it
the streamer
happens.
can say, well, okay, I did that, or I did.
The most common one for sure are when people do like a weapon request or something that I don't have, and I just have to refund it because there's not really any other way to do that.
Yeah, and see, that's the perfect reasoning behind that. Is be like, well, I'll give them back because I can't do the thing you're asking me to do.
Yeah.
But when it came to like the airhead thing, and you were like, I don't want to do the airhead, but I'm gonna honor it because I put it up there.
And it's
You know.
pointless to refund it because you know what they're gonna do next.
Yeah.
Get it again. Like they're just gonna do it twice.
Do I have gray hair? I have a lot of gray hair. I've had gray hair for years.
15 more
My ex-
podcasts done.
My ex caused all that gray hair. I blame her fully.
Makes me think of those before and after
Hair be
Obama
gray.
pictures.
Yeah.
That man did some accelerated aging with his time in office. Say what you will about politics. President is a stressful job.
That's
No
like
matter
when you
what side
become
of
the
the fence you're fighting for.
stepfather to a woman with like 10 really bad children. That's America.
How did I say we were? Everybody in chat is 63.
Yeah, they're all 63, because why would anyone act the way they were unless they were a senile 63-year-old man?
Correct.
Definitely.
Everyone is 63, senile, and American and male. That's just it.
A senile
Obviously.
63-year-old wouldn't be too far from a 12-year-old. Wow. I had never went on the other side of that curve like that.
How old am I actually? I'm 38.
Yeah.
But no, no, women are real. It's just that everybody online is just a man because it's just easier that way. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes.
Yeah, I get that question a lot. Like, any tips for me if I want to start streaming? Like, you haven't started yet? Just
You
go.
step 1, download OBS. Step 2, put in your
Yep.
key. Step 3, hit go live.
I've always been really
Yeah.
like kind of rigid about that because, as you can imagine, I take it kind of seriously, the whole streaming thing. So like,
I
if
had no
you
idea.
even need to ask to get started, you're already off to a rough start. It is a long, slow grind if you're trying to get anywhere streaming. So you have to have that initiative to just go live. Some initial tips is nothing wrong to ask for. I'm not coming down on you here. I'm just saying, like, you gotta just start. Like, just go for it. And honestly, streaming is a terrible start. Videos and other forms of content to advertise the stream, that is where you should go if you're trying to grow. Actually starting streaming, I would say, and this is from my own experience, and this is just my perspective, for the first, like, couple thousand subs on YouTube, for me at least, it wasn't even worth it to go live. My time was significantly better spent making videos. Videos grew the stream. I streamed later. And that, because like if you're just going to go live starting with 0 followers, that is a lot of hours. You're going to be lighting a match. There go your hours. And That smoke
So
will
you're
go
still
away
a
as soon as the stream's over.
I am still a kid.
Videos,
My-
I was throwing logs on the fire.
Was it? I said it the other day. Tom Joe posted a thing that said something like, "I'm not sure when the middle of my life is, so I'm just going to have an ongoing crisis."
Some of my
That's
top
fucking
20 videos were made 4 years ago. That was a pretty good few hours I spent 4 years ago, seeing as those videos are still getting clicked. Now, not everybody can make those kind of informational videos, but shit, if you're gonna grow on the internet, you gotta stand out in some way. That's just the hardest truth. If you just want to have fun streaming, go live. Fuck it, go have some fun. You know, we have the Discord. If you're in the Minerva Discord and you stream on Twitch, it'll have streaming. Like you'll just let me show it. If where's the channel I can show? Here, I'm scrolled up and save the world. There we go. You can just see that Sea King, Beckon, Omnis, Vash. You can see they're all live just right now. So if you have 0 followers and you're in our Discord, you'll just be up there whenever you're live. Kind of a little
it's
boost.
10,000 potential people looking at the fact that you're streaming.
No, it wasn't a bad question. I get asked it a lot, and I've felt like going with a long answer today.
No.
Now that's another thing. If anybody's trying to plug in our server, that's very different. Like Choo Choo, for example, he had friends in the Discord in the community already, and you got affiliate in like a week.
I mean, I got it literally the day I could. It's the day of, it was like the 8th day. And actually, my stream on that subject, my stream has been doing quote unquote worse recently, mostly because I lost interest in doing it. It wasn't that because it wasn't doing well. I mean, I was polling at the time like 30 viewers, and for someone who'd been live for a month. But it was like I didn't want to play Save the World anymore, so I just
snuck into your stream yesterday too.
Yeah.
Or was it 2 days ago? I poked in. I was like, "Is he
I
pulling good
streamed-
viewers without MSK?" And I was like, "Yes, he is. Good job." And then that was all the time I had.
Yeah, I was doing all right with the dungeons.
Yeah, it looked fun.
And I understand because at the end of the day, I started streaming because I wanted to help people. I had been literally going in Discord, going live, and like building endurance or doing MSK help in Discord. And they told me a bunch of times like, "Hey, you should go stream. You should go live on Twitch." And I didn't do it for a couple days, but eventually I was like, you know what? Okay, we'll stream on Twitch. And it grew pretty quickly to like I was getting like 35 people average. I think my average, like the overall average, was like 35 or 30,
which is solid for a beginner.
Yeah, which is
solid for a lot of people.
Which was very, very nice. Two things happened that ended up bringing that down. One, the weapon glitch came out, which kind of took the skill out of beating MSK. I never used it except for that one time I did it on stream by
for
accident.
Help streams just tanked when that glitch was on the game.
Yeah, that glitch, and it has remained low because I mean the people who really needed MSK weapons and who would come to help streams trying to get them got them because so many people got the weapons from that glitch. It's like because it was in for so long, they were able to get the weapons. So that kind of took the wind out of that. So
their interest.
Yeah. They didn't need it anymore. And especially when you watch people one-shot the boss, it's like, oh, okay.
Yes,
kind of takes out of that. And I would see people in our Discord, and I got mad at them, and we told them to kindly get the hell out of here with streaming it in our Discord. Be like, kind. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
and they're like, you know what?
If you stream and you're in the community, if you're active in the community at all, people are tripping over themselves to come check out your stream, especially if Beast isn't live. I very rarely stream. Like I stream like maybe once every 2 months at this point. And when I do, half of my viewers are like old fans of mine, and then the other half are people from the community being like, Donna! And then my fans are like, why the fuck are they calling you Donna?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. You can tell who's from where based on Rosa or Donna.
Right, exactly. So like, honestly, just be a member of the community. Like, don't be a jackass. Be someone that people like, and they're gonna come check you out.
Yeah. Well, that's like I've been talking about creating content for a while now and everything, and I'm not doing it because I want to try and make money off of it or something. I'm doing it because I want to create content. I want to be out there and do streaming and stuff myself. I want to have fun with it. I've had so much fun doing it with you guys every time that I've been just a part of it. I'd like to be able to create some content rather than just be, an addition to someone's content.
And I think that's what it should be.
Yeah.
You would never believe how many people have, like, just in DMs alone, not even the people who just talk to me in the chats on Discord and everything, but DMs alone going, dude, when are you going to actually start making content? You know, shit like that. You would not believe the number of those. It's ridiculous.
Scooty says I sound the same now than I did in 2016, which
You do.
kind of ties
yeah.
into another thing, which is I waited
Except that your
until I was
microphone is better.
yeah, I waited until I was like 16 because that was when I felt like I was aged enough to be on the internet, which I think was right. I not saying all 16-year-olds are ready for the internet. Trust me, we see plenty of them, but I had a good head on my shoulders back then, I think, and I waited until I was no longer a child because trust me, if you're thinking about going on YouTube and you're 13 or under, it's not worth it. Just save yourself from that regret down the line. It's not. You don't need to be voicing those thoughts. I've read DMs that I had when I was 11 on Facebook and just torched my account. I was like, wow, those words came out of my mouth. I deactivated the account. I killed it.
Because you can't actually delete it because it's Facebook.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
God. No, but I think that Sig brings up a very interesting point and a very important one, I think.
Yeah, just have fun.
You need to do, if you're wanting to do streaming, it needs to be it because you want to stream. Because you're going to be spending a lot of time. It is not a job that pays a good wage per hour. It is a job that rewards.
Start paying for a minute.
Yeah.
You need 1,000 subs on YouTube now.
It doesn't pay for a long time. And when it does pay, it's not very good wages per hour for a really long time and kind of forever unless you really blow up, which if you expect to, don't. It has to be something you want to do, otherwise you will quit.
I think I made less than $50 a month for like 3 years. Disregarding donations or Patreon or any of that, it was like ad revenue alone was like, yeah, it didn't hit triple digits for 3 years or so. Like it was slow. And that's the point. Like I just have fun. I enjoy making videos. Even as of like the 5 more loadouts I made, like literally my latest upload, I sat down with the idea and was like, fuck yeah, I'm about to play some video games, listen to a podcast, and then talk about it. Like, hell yeah, this is how I'm going to spend my evening. And that's what I did. Burned an entire evening. That was 5 hours well spent. I think it was.
Yeah.
Video did well. I had a good time too, but yeah, I keep trying to move, and then I was like, it's like I rediscovered my own schedule. Because there are all these boxes around me, and I'm like, why don't I ever do anything? Well, I'm like, let's see. When I'm streaming, eating, sleeping, or making videos, oh, wait, I'm not. That's all I do. Fuck. No wonder I'm not getting anything done. There is no free time. Like, because these boxes are just sitting around my room. I'm getting a live example of what happens when you don't have time to do anything. It's like when I'm not doing any of the 4 that I just mentioned, I'm crashed and finally catching my breath, which is when I watch videos and shit. I figured out what Sig's name means. Oh my god, Benz.
He did it.
He did it.
What?
He cracked the code.
I was about to say, yeah, he cracked the code.
He
Good
figured
job.
out what your name means, Sig.
All right,
Ben. Go right ahead.
Here's a visual representation. You see this?
Oh?
That's it. That's the secret.
That took me a second, and I'm not even gonna help anybody. No, sir, I will not. But no, Benz, what is his name? What do you got for us?
Yeah, because I've never been secret about this at all.
Sound like an adult back then? Yeah, I think my voice sounded like this when I was like 14. Actually, no, my first video on YouTube was when I was 14. So there you go. You can go to my cat in a box video, and I was about 14 at the time. Yeah. Read the name backwards. Bro. Just delete it. The secret. It cannot be revealed.
Dun dun dun.
That is so shocking that he finally got it. Like,
Jesus, I thought I told him that.
oh, you surely did. Oh, I mean, you totally did.
No, it's not just GIF.
you've-
It's a full-on name, Sigrub Tam.
So guys,
Yeah.
it's 6:13, and I want to like shove this pasta in my face without people watching me.
Well, now
Right.
that we're
So-
on, let's raid Zoot just to close out the podcast. Let me pull his name up.
Just Bob? No,
He's playing
it's
Grounded.
It's Matt Burgess. Jesus Christ.
What's his name? Like, this has never been a secret.
Matthew Bourgeoisie.
I've never, ever been secret about that.
So this is cool because we're on Twitch, I can actually rate people. Join our Discord if you haven't. Subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. If you guys want to farm some easy channel points, just stick around for the raid. I'm going to start it now. It's a really good show. Minerva Podcast, episode 40. Nice to have you on, Reece, for a second time.
That's right. Yeah.
Huh? Good to hear you doing all right. Any closing thoughts while we're here? All right. Upload will be on YouTube. Minerva Podcast, episode 40. Let's do the raid and then I'll end it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.